For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to
rumble! Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. Put this webcam down. We back. New Media Today USA Boxing. What's going on, everybody? New Media Today USA Boxing, man. We back, man. We doing our thing, man. We doing our thing. Oh, boy, feeling good today, man. You know, I just burnt one. You know, I ain't burnt. You know, I haven't burnt a couple. I haven't burnt like the last 2 days. I haven't burnt anything before the show. Today, I said, let me get a little something. You know, let me go ahead and burn a little something, man. You know what I mean? So that's what the old boy did right before the show, man. So, you know, stuff is, you know, stuff is okay right now. It's copacetic right now. You know what I mean? Phone lines will be open early. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast right now. Let me get everything set up, man. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast right now on Instagram and Twitter. No, social media, not Instagram. Facebook and Twitter. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify and Amazon Music as well. Let me give everyone, my New Media Today USA Boxing family in the chat, a round of applause. Yeah, man, I really appreciate that, man. Hey, listen, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you want to cop the merch, this is the merch. It's right here at New Media Today USA Boxing.store. Haven't been promoting it. I've been slipping on my pimping, man. Slipping on my pimping, you know what I mean? But yeah, New Media Today USA Boxing.store. You can always go there and cop the merch. Let's see. Share the screen. Hold on, guys. Share the screen right quick. That's the merch right there, man. That's the store right there, man. You can go get the bomber jacket that you see I'm wearing right here. You can get that right here. Let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit. Let me blow it up a little bit. Yeah, about 175. That's it right there. You know what I mean? We have the the long sleeve t-shirts, and we do have the hoodies. You see me wear the hoodies all the time, and we have the long sleeve shirts as well. Like you saw me wear that with the long sleeves on sweaters as well. You know what I mean? But you saw me wear the shirt yesterday. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this, man. Again, shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. Now, you heard me right. I've been thinking about this Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. Who wants to fight who? This guy should take 60-40. Really, he should take 70-30. He should take 90-10. He should take a pack of annihilators and just do what he's told like a good boy. This and that. All of that from these managers and promoters and YouTube financial advisors and you know what I mean. All that from their mama's basement or their apartment or their house or whatever the case may be, right? Me personally, I'm, like I said, I'm past this shit now. I don't seen this book. I don't read this book before. I read this book before, with fighters who supposed to have fought and they didn't fight. I don't read this book before. Fighters who supposed to fight, they fight 5-6 years later. When it come to other fights, they get made like that. And then when it come to certain fighters, there's all kind of stuff going on. And that's fine. That's fine. Lord have mercy. But anyways, let's get everybody in the and we're going to give everybody do this OJ Jew-Man style. And let's get into this. We're gonna have a damn good show. Be on the lookout for Monday. We're gonna have a special guest on Monday. We're gonna break this shit down like a 57 Chevy. It's gonna be one of the best shows. Shout out to my main man Charlo. Hey, okay. Shout out to Open Door with the link read. Hey, okay. Pat Roy in the building. Oh man, Pat Roy, you something else, man. You one of my I think you one of my favorite trolls. You know what I mean? You're not that good at it, but I appreciate you being here. Troll on, brother. Troll on. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Hey, okay. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Hey, okay. Shout out to Charlo. Hey, okay. Shout out to Major Key Boxing in the building. Shout out to Hector Garcia with the lick read. Shout out to Smile Back if you're ugly. Hey, okay. Shout out to Reese Mack in the building. Shout out to Opender. Shout out to Tupac 13. Shout out to Reese Mack. Shout out to who else we have on? Carlos Resendez. What's going on, fam? Hey, okay. Shout out to Knockdown. What's happening, bro? Knockdown 305. Johnny Cash, he's back. Hey, okay. Let's see, man. Let's see. Shout out to Lisa Bales once again. Okay. Let's see. Shout out to who else we have in the building. Let's see. Yeah, this guy here. See, this guy right here. Because you have to subscribe in order to leave a comment on my, I think that's the, I think that's the mode that I have it on, right? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. This guy right here, you know, he's something. Apparently he don't have anything better to do. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, yeah, apparently he doesn't have anything better to do. Yeah, I had to change it. I didn't have it on there. You know what I mean? But he wants attention. I'm not going to give it to him. You know, and he wants attention. I'm not going to give it to him. The phone lines will be open. The phone lines were open yesterday and the day before yesterday, but this guy, Johnny Cash, won't call it. You know what I mean? You got a whole lot to say? Call in. Call me now. You know what I mean? Doesn't make me no never mind. Call in. Shout out to, that would be the last time I would ever mention your name in life. Shout out to Bohemio. Shout out to Romy Rome. Shout out to Opender. Shout out to Will. Shout out to my main man Halim in the building. Shout out to, let's see, who else we have in the building. We got this other troll in here. You know, we gonna let them stay. They want to give us their watch time hours. They can give us their watch time hours. You know what I mean? Be respectful. Be respectful, or your ass will get blocked. And the phone lines will be open. You can call in anytime you want to talk. I would love to talk to you, my detractors and my trolls in the chat. I would love to talk to you. Really do. But y'all ain't got no balls. Shout out to Thomas Cruz. Shout Tupac 13. Let's see. Shout out to let's see. Who else we have? Who else we have, man? Romy Rome. Let's see. Shout out to the Queen Karma Serene. Shout out to the Queen Karma Serene. She said, is it me? Is it a coach? Yeah, I'm late. I was 5 minutes late. I was 5 minutes late. I was 5 minutes late, Carm. Let's see. Shout out to my brother Charlo. What the lick read? He said, let's go. Shout out to Alex. Alex, what's happening, fam? Let's see. Yeah, we have a couple of Errolsexual fanboys in here too, man. They is upset. Shout out to Withered Sleeve. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. What's going on to my brother out that way? Kush the Greatest, what's happening, fam? Paul Evans, salute to Ava as well. Shout out to Steel Shelf. Shout out to let's see. Shout out to who else we have in the building? Brother dude say my shirt is, my jacket is fire. Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. Shout out to Martin Ramos. What's going on? Shout out to Anthony Evelyn. Shout out to Boxing 619. Shout out to Easy Designs. Brian Harkin. What's going on, fam? Let's see who else we got. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to the Easy Dimes. Shout out to Bohemio. What's happening? Shout out to Bacon and Eggs. Shout out to Tupac 13. What's going on, bro? Shout out to Miguel Gomez. What's happening? Roberto Flack with the lick read. Let's see what else we have. Will Sargentson. Shout out to DC Nardo. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Jeff Luciano. What's happening? What's happening, my brother? Let's see. Shout out to Antonio. Antonio, what's going on, fam? Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to George H. Reese Mack. What's going on, fam? Let's see. Boxing fan. What the lick read? Yes, sir. We are all boxing. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us are boxing fans. You know, we love the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? We ain't on no fanboy shit, but you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Killy Boxing. You know, I'm thinking about making an amendment to the rule, though. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about making an amendment to the rule, guys, because I should make it that, you know, maybe it should be okay to be a fanboy of one of the old school fighters. If you are a fanboy of the old school fighters, I might have to, you know, make an exception in that case. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a survey and see what the people say. You know what I mean? Shout out to, because some people are like, I'm still a fanboy of Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard, and I'm like, well, you know, I can't really hold that against you. I can't hold that against you. I really can't. Anyways, I can't hold that against you. Shout out to Jay Styles in the building. Let's see. Thomas Jones, what's going on, fam? Ali Muhammad, what's going on? Southpaw Killer with the lick read. James Hickey, what's happening, bro? Javon Soto with the lick read. B Burn one. Yeah, man, I just got through burning one, man. I'm hiding. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm hiding the mug right now, bro. Like, damn. But I have some of the stickiest of the icky right now, but I don't know where the hell this shit here come from, but this is something. Woo! Let me see, can I get through the show though? Let's see. Shout out to last couple of days I haven't smoked anything. Now I was like, damn. Shout out to Pilon. Pilon, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Javier Ortiz. Let's see. What's that? Pomado, what's going on, fam? Okay. Johnny Blaze, Johnny Blaze, what's going on, my brother? Let's see. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Kelly Malia, Anthony Evelyn. Shout out to Kelly Boxing. What's going on? Okay. Shout out to Rod Rib Shows. What the lick read, fam? Okay. Let's see, man. The screen look blurry. Shout out to my main man Philly Fly. What's going on, bro? Okay. Let's see. Roman Rome once again. Southpaw Killer. I think I got everybody. I think I got everybody. Bruce Goes in the building. What's going on, Bruce? Okay. I think I got everybody. Shout out to here to there. Aquarius Brown. Let's get into this, man. I think we did all of the introductions. Let's go. Now, this, of course, this subject matter has a lot of Errolsexuals butthurt right now, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. Phone lines be open every day. You guys know this, right? We need to get the likes up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. So, I say what I say. I'm a little fiery in my delivery. You don't have to always agree with me, or you may never agree with me. There's nothing wrong with that. I love to hear from my detractors because I learn things when they call in, if they call in and they speak their piece. The only problem is my detractors, they never call in. So that's not a problem. It is what it is. And everything I say, I mean, I stand by. We know that, right? But I told you guys, a lot of these guys, I try to get away from the narratives, right? We are a narrative debunking family. And also I want to send a shout out to everyone in the chat, man, for helping us reach over 9,000 subs in less than a year. Dude told me, he said, yeah, you ain't got but 9,000 subs. The other dudes got this and that. I say, sir, what you have to factor in is I have 9,000 subs in 11 months. The other dudes have been around for 10, 11 years. You see what I'm saying? So you can't compare 11 months to 11 years. You just can't. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see how things go out. But it is what it is, man. I know what I'm doing over here. You got people who they've been around longer than me, and I ran them down and passed them and lapped them. You know what I mean? But it's just all about, you got to know your shit. You know what I mean? When I started this, I didn't know anything about YouTube. And I studied a lot, but I know how to do research. So I did a lot of research, studied a lot, took a couple of courses. Actually, I'm going to show you a course of the guy that I took that really helped me get to the next level. I'm going to show you his name right now. And that's it. But let's continue. Now, as I said before, guys, I feel like that Terence Crawford, Terence Crawford should stop calling out Errol Spence, in my opinion. You have been chasing this guy for almost 4 years now, since 2018, for almost 4 years, since you were with Top Rank, right? And the excuses at the time were you were on the wrong side of the street. And the other guy who said that why don't he take the easy route, right? Okay, fine. Then you had to get a belt. You got that. They say, then you haven't fought anybody. Okay, they're still saying that. Then you have to take a 70-30 split, 60-40 split, or whatever they offer you. Then Bob Arum was the reason why the fight didn't happen and all of that stuff there. Now the Errolsexuals and the Errolsexual YouTube channels are moving the goalposts yet again. With this much protection from the Errolsexuals and the PBC Witness Protection Program, I am not optimistic about this fight happening at all. I'm just simply not. You know what I mean? And I'm the type of guy, I don't believe in, I'm not a fighter, but if I was a fighter, I'm the type of guy that, man, I ain't finna be chasing no nigga, man. If a nigga don't want to fight me, he don't want to fight me, to hell with it. You know what I mean? I have other options. You're a 3-division world champion. You was undisputed at 140. You've been a champion for 7 years. You going on 8 years. You stopped every welterweight who stepped in front of you. You got about a couple of good more fights left in you. You know what I mean? You probably can fight Josh Taylor overseas in the UK. I still would love to see that fight. That'd be the big money fight right there. And then you can come back and fight Virgil Ortiz in Texas. The young lion, one of my favorite fighters, Virgil Ortiz, the bull. Fight him. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, let him go ahead and fight Bruce Ennis. Let him deal with Bruce Ennis. Ennis is going to be up in Ennis is going to be up number one in the IBF. Let him go ahead and fight him, and you go ahead and take care of Josh Taylor, one fight deal, and then get with Eddie Hearn, have a fight, a one fight deal, and fight Virgil Ortiz in Texas. That's what I would do. Got to move on now, right? Now, with this much protection coming from the Errolsexuals and the PBC Witness Protection Program, I am not optimistic at all about this fight happening. Now, I will say this for a fact. I do not know Terence Crawford personally. No, I don't know him at all. No one of his coaches talked to him, but I don't know him at all personally, right? But if I was him, I would stop chasing Errol Spence. You chase Manny Pacquiao, and you see how that turned out. And y'all was on the same side of the street. Now, that boy that called himself the Big Fish, clearly to me doesn't want to fight you, so stop chasing him. You're in a better position now because you are a free agent. Just like Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, and Mike Tyson were early in their career. Sugar Ray Leonard fought on a fight-by-fight basis. Thomas Hearns fought on a fight-by-fight basis. He didn't really have any long-term contracts with promoters. And Mike Tyson didn't have any long-term contracts with promoters as well, but prior to Don King. Prior to Don King. You see what I'm saying? Now, Spence, on the other hand, he has to do what his boss, Al Heyman, tells him to do. And Crawford knows this. Al is not stupid at all. And he knows that whatever happens, you know, and he knows that what happened to all of his other top fighters when they were allowed to cross the street and fight non-PBC fighters. They all got their asses knocked out, right? So let Jerron Ennis have Errol Spence because he's going to be #1 in the IBF, and you can move, and you know what I mean, and move on and fight another non-PBC fighter. That's what I would do, right? Now, you have Virgil Ortiz that you can fight right there in Texas. And you also have Conor Benn that you can fight over there in the UK. You also have Josh Taylor that you can fight in the UK as well as he move up to 147 after this fight, if he can beat this guy he's fighting. You can also move up to 154 and become the mandatory for the WBO strap at junior middleweight. You'll probably end up fighting Castaño. You see what I'm saying? Or you can just retire and get inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame five years from now when your time comes. You are a 3-division world champion. You've been fighter of the year twice in your career. You're #1 or #2, depending on who's keeping track, on the pound-for-pound list. You've knocked out every welterweight that you've ever fought, and you've been champion for 7 years, going on 8 years now, straight, with 38 wins and 29 knockouts. You see what I'm saying? Between the Errolsexuals, the Yellow Beezies, the Al Haymans, and the PBC Witness Protection Program, Crawford knows that this fight is not going to happen. He knows this. I honestly feel like this in my heart. Once Jerron Ennis gets moved to #1 in the IBF, the Big Fish can deal with the young bull in a mandatory defense of his IBF strap, or he can give the belt up, right? Bob Arum is gone. The other side of the street is gone. ESPN is gone. You know what I mean? But we're still having the same excuses from the Errolsexuals. So, in my opinion, Terence Crawford needs to move on and stop chasing this fool and let him do him, because it's obvious to me that him don't want no smoke. Him don't want no smoke. That's obvious to me, right? Him say he mad. Him don't like me, okay? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe at the like button. Move on and stop chasing this guy that they call Mr. Call Al, Mr. AKA Big Fish, and AKA Mr. Strap Season or Strap On Season, or AKA Mr. Man Down. Stop chasing this dude, right? Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Who do you guys want to see Crawford fight next outside of the Witness Protection Program PBC fighters? You know what I mean? Some people say Boots Ennis. I would love to see that fight as well. That'd be a damn good fight in my opinion. Virgil Ortiz, I would love to see that fight. And I definitely would love to see Crawford fight, you know, Conor Benn. I would like to see the Conor Benn fight. I would also like to see a Crawford fight and maybe a Josh Taylor. If he's going to fight for 2 more fights, I would probably go Josh Taylor in the UK, because he has a country behind. Well, I don't know if he has the whole country UK behind him, but I'm pretty sure Scotland is going to be behind him where he's from. So I think that'd be a good move, and then come back to the States and fight Virgil Ortiz in Texas. That's what I would do. Fight Virgil Ortiz in Texas. That'd be a good one. You know what I mean? And that's it. If he can win those 2 fights, there's no guarantee he can win. But if he can win those 2 fights, you know, he can be 40-0. If he loses 1 or the 2, he'll be 39-1. He can retire and go into the sunset. I mean, that's how I look at it anyways. You know, I'm not a fan of Joe or nothing like that, but, you know, that's just my opinion on it. Let's see. Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. He say salute Major Key Boston. Okay. Let's see. And he say Anton Young say Boots are gonna run all the butter boys out of boxing. Hey man, listen, you can't forget about Boots and Ortiz. Boots and Ortiz, and you got Rashidi Ellis and stuff like that. But Boots and Ortiz are the future of the welterweight division. They're gonna run these. They gotta run the older guys out. Hold on, guys. Somebody, there's a super chat I missed. I realized that. Shout out to Boxing Fan.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Hey, okay.
For dropping that 449, bam, pound on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, hey, 147, here comes Josh Taylor to take your belts. You ain't got to get in the ring and fight for him, though. He's going to have to get in the ring and fight for him. I like Josh Taylor, though. I like Josh Taylor, man. It's hard not to like Josh Taylor. He got it the hard way. Josh Saylor got it the hard way. Shout out to my main man Charlo for dropping that quarter of a bam, that $5 pound on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, congrats on the 9,000 subs, coach. Great content from day one. Long and may continue. Let's see. James says, he said, you got Bud in PC. Oh, yeah, I do? Woo! Okay, James. Let's see. We got a few of the Errolsexuals in the building tonight. Let's see. Phone lines will be open. As a matter of fact, let me see what kind of many likes we have. Yeah, we got to get the likes up. We got 286 people in here, and we have less than 100 likes. Let's get the likes up to 150, man, so I can open up these phone lines. I'm gonna give you Errolsexuals the opportunity to call in again. Every time I put the number out there, boy, y'all be quiet as a church mouse. You can hear a catfish piss underwater. Call in, speak your piece, man. Call in, speak your piece. I love hearing from my detractors. I love it. I love my detractors. I learn a lot from you. I learn a lot from hearing from my detractors. And I like hearing an objective opinion or another subjective opinion. I love hearing that. I really do. You know what I mean? I'm going to listen to you, hear what you got to say. I really am. You know what I mean? So when I put the number up, man, y'all just grow some goddamn nuts and call in. Grow some nuts and call in now. Don't talk shit in the chat. Just call in. Grow some nuts and call in. That's all I'm saying. Just call in. Philly Fly says, Bud ain't been sitting on offer. He ain't been sitting on offers at all from none of these guys. That's the thing. He need to take this. He need to take that. Al Heyman is the boss. Al Heyman is the one that's sending contracts. There's nothing that says Al Heyman sent anything. But as a matter of fact, let's go over here. Kurt Deville from Counterpunch Boxing, he did some pretty good stuff. He did some pretty good, work. I don't always agree with Kurt, but I kind of agree with this video right here. And let's hear what Kurt has to say. Kurt Deville of Counterpunch Boxing. I know a lot of you guys like Kurt, right? Y'all like Kurt, don't you? All right. I do not own the rights to this material. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. James said, I'm calling. He said, I'm calling and talking shit in the chat. Great. I'm gonna have the number up. I'm gonna have all the number up. And I want to make this clear. Anybody that does not agree with what I'm saying, call in. Any detractor who doesn't like me, have a problem with me, have a issue with me, if you want to call in, call in. Call me now. The old boy wants to hear from you. I'm gonna sit back and listen, but be respectful. Say your piece, be respectful. I'm gonna sit back and listen. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to agree with you, but I'm gonna sit back and listen. Call in. You got about 2 minutes. Right? You got about 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes. Say what you got to say. Okay? Now, let's continue. Let's go over here to Kurt. This is the intro. I don't want to hear the intro. All right.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Deville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, and the interesting facts continue. Now, as you guys know, that Errol Spence finally responded.
He's addressing some kind of damn tweet. There's a lot of shit going on Twitter. I be on Twitter now. He's addressing a tweet that allegedly supposed to came from Terence Errol Spence. Well, Terence Crawford, and then Errol Spence allegedly supposed to reply back. He's addressing it, and he's giving his 2 cents on it.
To Terence Crawford, calling him out when he was in the big C, right? And he responded with talking all that emoji on social media, but won't answer the phone. Okay.
Now let me explain something to you. For all you slow ass Errolsexual fans, fights are not made. I've never seen Errol Spence make a fight with anyone. He doesn't write up contracts. He probably can barely read a contract. Al Heyman does that. This is the reason why they say call Al. So for all you slow ass niggas talking about, well, goddamn, he offered him 60-40. He offered him this and that. He don't offer nobody shit. It's up to Al Heyman. Al Heyman is the one that's going to put the money up. Al Heyman is the one that makes all the deals happen. So if no contracts have been sent by Al Heyman, all this shit that's going back and forth on social media and different Errolsexual YouTube channels, that shit don't mean anything because these fighters do not make their own fights. The handlers, the other people, his manager, Carl Al, is the one that make the fights. So all this shit about, well, Errol offered him this. Errol ain't offered a goddamn thing because if he didn't send a contract, if it didn't come from Al Heyman, all this shit just talk any goddamn ways. But I don't care, you know, about the tweet or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying. Shout out to Brian.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, truth is, neither fighter wants to fight. If either cared about legacy, they would bend, whether it's Crawford taking 40-60 or Errol taking 50-50. I kind of agree with that as it relates to, you know, neither fighter wants to bend. So one fighter says, I'm this, I want to make this. Another fighter says, no, I'm that, I want to make that. And I'm less, you know, so that's what it is. It's not my job, though, to sit back and say, well, this fighter should take this and that fighter should take that. I'm not a fan of you. I'm not here to talk about what Crawford should take and what Errol Spence should take. That's not my goddamn business. You want to know why? Because who am I to tell another man how much money he should be willing to take when he's in the ring putting his life on the line? And I'm damn sure not going to listen to no niggas on YouTube, some financial advisors, you know, YouTube financial advisors who can't even manage a checkbook to tell me what I should take for a goddamn fight. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just saying me. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, I get what you're saying, though. Shout out to Brian.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Crawford will beat Errol when he wants to rematch, send him a 60-40 right back. As it relates to like the split purse splits and all that stuff there, Al Heyman is the one that's gonna have to do all that shit. Al Heyman is the one that's gonna have to do all that shit. And ain't no fighters, there's no fighter in boxing right now. Okay, I'm writing the contract up. Nigga, I'm finna send it to you. I got a contract I just wrote up that say 60-40, 60-40. As a matter of fact, let me put it on Twitter. Let everybody know on Twitter. I say 60-40, take the 60-40. And then hold on, let me get in contact with my Errolsexual YouTube channels and tell them I said, run with that narrative, say 60-40. I offer them this, I offer them that. A fighter ain't never offered no goddamn another fighter nothing. No, especially nobody from the PBC. All contracts come from Al Heyman. This is why they say call Al, call Al. This is why they say that. True. They say call Al for a reason because they are not their own bosses. Al Heyman is their boss. Al Heyman is their boss. And they got to do what Al tell them to do. They're going to do what Al tell them to do. When Al say they're going to fight, nigga, you going to fight. When Al say jump, nigga, you going to jump. When Al say you go this way, you're going to go that way. When Al say go the other way, you're going to go the other way. That's how it is over there. And I know what I'm talking about. But let's continue. Let's see what Kurt got to say.
That is a good rebuttal. That is something that, hey, you know, he's calling them like, well, where the hell is Terence Crawford at? Well, the question you ask yourself now, people, where the hell is the tweet of Errol Spence? Where's the tweet at? Where did the tweet go? Okay, because
I don't care nothing about no damn tweets, even though I do be on Twitter trolling Leonard Ellaby. I do that. You know I'm a professional troll. But even though I be on Twitter, do trolling Leonard Ellaby. But I don't care nothing about no tweets. But it was something that he said that really caught my ear.
Deleted. Okay, and a lot of people are wondering, like, dude, why did that happen? This is my counterpunch. This is me counterpunching the situation. For one, something must have happened where Terence Crawford seen that shit and he called him and they did have a conversation. That's the only thing that could have happened. And then you have not seen anything since or from Errol Spence since that had happened. Okay. See,
all right.
You know, a lot of people might look at it like this or that, but there should
it's something that he said that really caught my ear, and I want you to hear this.
Be no reason to delete that. Look at it this way.
This is addressing a tweet that's supposed to allegedly been fake, and not from Errol Spence.
Maybe King Al Heyman made him delete that. Maybe Al Heyman, though, called Errol Spence and told him, what are you doing? That fight is not for you. Fuck what Terence Crawford's saying about you and to you. You belong to me now. You've always belonged to me, and I pick your fights. I advise you to take that shit down, and he took it down. Okay?
This is the same shit that I've been saying forever over here on this channel. So for all you Errol says, yeah, well, Errol, he sent this and he sent that. No. And Kurt is right. This is how this shit works over there with the PBC. Al Heyman dictates everything. No fighter on the PBC can offer another fighter a damn thing. No fighter on the PBC can offer another fighter a damn thing. Al Heyman can offer it. So if there are no offers from Al Heyman, then anything that an Errolsexual YouTube channel or an Errolsexual fanboy or an Errolsexual pro narrative pushing individual say don't mean shit. Because Errol do not write contracts. Al Heyman does. So if the fight don't get made, it's because Al Heyman does not want to make the fight. Simple as that. Al Heyman is the one that's going to secure the site fee. Al Heyman is the one that's going to get the endorsements. Al Heyman is the one that's going to put the promoter together, Tom Brown. That's who's going to do all of that. Not Errol Spence. Contrary to popular belief. I know you guys want to believe that, but it's contrary to popular belief. But let's go over here. Let's go over here.
To take. You belong to me now. You've always belonged to me, and I pick your fights. I advise you.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button.
And he took it down. Okay, that's the only two things that could have happened. Something short and sweet. Either Terence Crawford called him out and said, "Here I am. What's up? What you gotta say to me? Let's get."
Oh, wait a minute, man. I got a lot of detractors. A lot of my detractors are watching, man. Why don't y'all hit that like button, though? We ain't got 200 likes. We got over 400 people watching. We need to at least have 200 likes. A lot of my detractors, y'all know, y'all hating like that? I'm going to give you time to call in, though. I'm going to give you time to call in. Trust me. Let's get to over 200 likes, and I'm going to give you a time to call in. I want to hear from you, Errolsexuals. I hate you motherfuckers with a passion. I swear to God, I hate you, Errolsexuals, with a passion. And I pray to God that you call in today. Tell me what's on your mind. I want to hear from you. I really do. Let's continue. So, as a matter of fact, we ain't got to play no more of this. Kurt pretty much covered the bases on this as it relates to that. As it relates to, this is what goes on. So, I don't want to hear anything about a fighter said this and a fighter said that. All that shit is just hearsay. It's speculation. Because the fact of the matter is, the person who is responsible or for making up all of the contracts, who make everything go round, he is the one that has to be the one to sign off on it. And to my detractors, I have my show set up now to where you have to be a subscriber if you want to leave comments in the comment section. So I know I have some detractors and some Errolsexuals in the chat, and I thank you for subscribing, because that's the only way you could leave that. I think that's the only way you can leave a chat, right? Leave a chat. Now, I want you to grow some nuts and call in, though. Stop being some bitches, grow some nuts, and call in. I've done everything in my power to disrespect you guys for the past 3 days, and you still won't call in, right? So maybe this will be the day that'll push you over. Call in, talk to me. I want to hear from you. I really do. We on the other side. We on the wrong sides of the street, though, right? We on the wrong sides of the street. Let me try this. So he said, make this call. He said, make this call. He said, make this call so I can see what happens. Yeah, I just want to hear from him. I'm very open-minded. I like to listen to other people. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, man. But hold on. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Because we always have to go over the what? The commandments, the code that we go by over here. We always have to go by the code that we go by over here, right? We have a code that we go by. And the code that we go by is called the 16 Commandments from the Holy Book of the Boxing Gods. We are the only boxing community that has this, right? We are the only boxing community that have this, right? And if you find yourself in violation of any of these commandments, you might want to reconsider your position in, maybe being a subscriber over here. This channel is not for everybody. And let me go ahead and share this. Do we have 200 likes yet? Okay, we don't have 200 likes yet. But let me go ahead and share this. This is for you fanboys. Again, I hate you Errolsexuals with a passion. I am your open enemy. I give two fucks about you. I swear to God, I don't. But since you are over here, let's go ahead and get into this. Shout out to Brian for dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, went to school with Bud. I'm a huge fan of his. To see what he become from what he was is just amazing. With that being said, it's still a coin flip. Yeah, it's still a coin flip. I agree. It's a 50-50 fight. I totally agree with that. But the 16 commandments, as we can see right here, guys, one of those commandments are, thou shalt not picketh of the cherries if your fighter is an elite fighter, right? Thou shalt not fanboyeth for any fighter. We see a lot of that shit going on with Errolsexuals. Hate you motherfuckers with a passion. Thou shalt not deride for a promotional company or a promoter. We see a lot of that going on with the PBC, right? Some people are jumping off the Johnson door in the PBC. I would like to say that I would like to think that I played a major role in that, right? Thou shalt not capeth for a particular fighter, promoter, or promotional company. That's commandment number 5. Thou shalt not be a fanager of any fighter. We see a whole lot of fanager shit going on. These niggas here got you know, you got a GED in YouTube, having a YouTube channel, but all of a sudden you know all about the fight game and you can break down percentages and this fighter should take this and that fighter should take that. Boy, hush, you can't even negotiate your salary at McDonald's. But you're on YouTube trying to tell another fighter what percentage split he should take when it relates to millions of dollars. Boy, hush. Let's see. Number 7, thou shalt not pocket watcheth a fighter's money. If you're new to the channel, you need to be familiar with these commandments. This is in the community tab. Number 9, thou shalt not get too emotionally invested in a particular fighter. This is why we call you Errolsexuals. And any of these fanboys, right? Thou shalt not criticize a fighter for cherry picking when your favorite fighter is cherry picking. That's commandment number 6. Number 11, thou shalt not condone any elite fighter ducking another fighter. We do not permit that over here. We don't give a damn who it is, whether it's Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Canelo Alvarez, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. If you are an elite fighter, you should be fighting other elite fighters. Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis should be fighting each other as well. Virgil Ortiz and Conor Ben should be fighting each other as well. It doesn't matter to me, right? Now, thou shalt not tweet shit on Twitter for your favorite fighter. That's amendment number 13. Number 14, thou shalt not threaten people on YouTube if they disagree with you. We see a lot of that shit going on with the fanboys. Number 15, thou shalt not speaketh of undisputed if your favorite fighter has the French fries belt. And number 16, thou shalt not violate any of the commandments under no circumstances. Now I'm thinking about amending it, maybe making an exception if you want to be a fanboy for some of the old school fighters like Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. I think we can give you a pass on that. I think we can give you a pass on that. I'm very familiar with commandment number 14 because I got threatened a lot since I've been on here. You know what I mean? Okay, we got over 200 likes. Please continue to hit the like button. Let me go ahead and drop this phone because any of my trolls or detractors who want to talk, call me, man. Call me, man. Y'all ain't been stepping up to the plate lately. I wonder, do I have to show that video again of Errol Spence kissing on Yellow Beezy? Maybe that'll motivate you to call in. Shout out to Brian for dropping that $20 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
And I'm really on chill. He say a penny per like. Yes, sir. And I'm really on chill today because I just smoked some weed before I did the show. When I'm not on weed, trust me, the car ain't got no roof. But let me go ahead and drop this link here. Let me go ahead and drop this link here. He say, get used to the threats. I see it. I see that every video. Yeah. I ain't worried about the threats. Yeah, I don't get them as much as I used to. I don't get them as much as I used to. I don't worry about these clowns. Phone lines open. Errolsexuals in the chat. Call me now. I'm waiting on you. Call me now. Be respectful, though. Be respectful. Say what you want to say. Get it off your chest. Pat Roy, James, whoever. Y'all get it off your chest. Whoever. Johnny Cass, get it off your chest. Say what you got to say. Phone lines is open. 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. Get it off your chest today. Shout out to G'd Up in the building. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
The Queen said, "Don't call long with." Hey, you know what? Hey, coach. Hey, to my coach. Hey, bless. Hey, bless. That's a stickler too. She don't like that. Niggas calling in long-winded. Just get to the goddamn point. We got a phone call coming from Florida. Oh, we got a phone call coming from Chicago, the Shy. Okay. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, I'm Kendall, man. Give him a call from Chicago.
What's your name?
Kendall.
Kendall calling from where?
Chicago.
Kendall calling from Chicago. What the lick read? What you want to talk about?
What's going on, man? Just, why do all of y'all always get the sense that it's Errol the reason that they didn't want to fight here? Why don't y'all have the mindset that Errol is the bigger draw and Bud not accepting the 60-40 is him choosing not to fight? Nobody else has ever brought up the fact that the splits aren't necessarily have to do with who's the better fighter. It's who brings the most money in. Being the better talent in the ring and who puts box office tickets together and butts in the seat are two completely different things.
Let me ask you a question. Who are the ones who make the offers and write up the contracts at the PBC?
The difference between who makes the offers and who writes them and who gets to assess them is two different things. So if Errol feels like it's 60-40 and Bud knows that it's 60-40 and all of the fighters beforehand have had to follow the same lineage and the same path, if Bud is going into something knowing that he's going to be the B side because he doesn't sell out the stadiums the same way Errol does. His pay-per-view numbers are the same as Errol does. If he knows that, I don't think any of these guys are scared of each other. I didn't.
Yeah, no, sir. I never said that Errol Spence was afraid of Terence Crawford or vice versa. What I'm saying is, brother, is this: what you're doing, you are violating one of the commandments. What you're doing now, you're saying that, okay, well, Errol is the A side. Bud should take this 60-40 because that's what Errol said and all of that stuff there. And I asked you a question. I said, well, sir, Errol Spence, he does not make contracts, make offers. It's Al Heyman that does that. Errol Spence has a boss.
Correct.
His name is Al Heyman. He has to make that. So whatever Errol Spence says, he can say whatever. He can say, hey, I'm going to offer you this. I'm going to offer you that. The simple fact that Errol Spence says, I will offer you this or offer you that, it's really not reality because he's not in the position to offer anybody anything. It's going to be Al Heyman that does this. This is the reason why they say call Al. They say call Al for a reason. If Al Heyman says, hey, look here, you're not going to take this fight. This fight is not financially feasible. This boy Terence Crawford wants more money. You said you want 60% of the purse. He said he's not budging. I'm not willing to put the money up for it. Don't worry about it. We're moving on. That's what's going to happen over there. I'm telling you what I know this for an actual fact. That's what happens over there.
No, I'm not saying that you don't. But,
yes,
but my point on the stance is that Al Heyman is the man who writes the check.
Right.
But if Errol Spence is coming and saying it's a 60-40 split, it'll get the fight done. And it's on Bud the same way it was on Oscar De La Hoya when Floyd did it. And Floyd understood that he had to take the B side of the money. That way he could be the A side going forward. It's the same way.
Well,
Bud is not accepting because of his talent. And Bud has every right, pretty much in every other sense of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Bud gets a 60-40 deal. That's not the way it was going to go because he would be the A side in the majority of the situation.
Right.
So all things equal, but on the fan side, we would love to see 50-50 just because we want to see the fight get done. But it would be unfair to ask Errol to give up millions just because we want to see Bud get in a ring with him and Bud's not accepting of his B side.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's where I'm coming from.
Okay, all right. And I understand that. I get exactly what you're saying. But I tell you what, though. This is what I'm saying. If Errol Spence says, I want to offer you 60-40, which he doesn't, we'll just say, if Al Heyman says, hey, Crawford, has anyone ever sent Terence Crawford a contract? No, not that I know of. So if Al Heyman says, hey, Crawford, we're going to offer you 60-40, Al Heyman, if Al Heyman says this, the boss of the PBC, and Terence Crawford says, no, I don't want to take 60-40, then guess what? The fight is not going to happen. They need to move on. That's all I'm saying. He need to move on. If you ain't gonna take,
that's where we're at.
Right. All right, but thank you. Hey, thank you so much, Kilner, for calling in from the Shy. Shout out to you, my brother, the Windy City. Be careful out there.
God bless, brother.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Barnyard for dropping that half for bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Crawford will not get 50-50. If he's waiting, then he can move on. Yeah, exactly. He's going to move on. Listen, that's my whole position. Move on. Let Errol Spence move on. He's going to have to end up fighting Boost Ennis eventually because that boy's moving up to #1. And Crawford, since you don't have a boss, you can fight. One fight deals only, kind of like how they used to do back in the day, kind of like how Sugar Ray Leonard used to do it, Hearns do it, how Canelo is doing it now. I love what Canelo is doing from a business standpoint. We don't want no long-term contracts with any promotional companies. We're going to fight on a fight-by-fight basis. That's how it used to be. Mike Tyson had a contract like that prior to getting with Don King, right? You don't give a promoter any exclusive rights because what happens is promoter or financial advisor or management team or company, what happens is that once they're in control, you in a long-term contract, if stuff don't get made or it does get made, then that's going to be a problem. It's going to be based on that particular promotional company. Fight by fight basis and do what Canelo did. We got another call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Corey representing Texas. What's up?
Corey from Texas. What the league read, fam?
Nothing, man. I'm kind of where you was at on I think Monday's show. I can't remember Tuesday's show. It's just kind of like, man, stop talking about it if y'all ain't gonna fight. Like I'm just to the point, like either y'all gonna get into the ring, like how we all thought about 8 years ago with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd. Like, look, either y'all gonna get in the ring or like just cut it. Like you said, one YouTube channel say this and they all of a sudden they managers and they financial extraordinaires. Like y'all don't know SHIT, man. Like either you're gonna fight, make it happen, get it done. If not, like you just said, move on, man.
Move on.
At this point,
that's where I'm at. Just move on. You just move on. 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. Just be happy to be in the ring with me. Whatever. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, Al Heyman is the guy who makes offers, makes deals. Deals are not negotiated on YouTube channels from YouTube channel supporters. That's not how fights are made. Right. Fights are made, with the businessmen in the background. I'm not a fanager. I'm not a promoter. I'm not any of those things. So, my thing is I just want to see these fighters fight each other. Now, I don't believe the fight is going to, just like the brother who called before. He said, listen, if Bud is not going to take 40%, let's say Al Heyman offered him 40%. That's fine. If Al Heyman offered him 40% and he says, no, I don't want to take it, then the fight is not going to happen. So my thing is, if the fight is not going to happen, let's move on and let's look at other options. That's all I'm saying. Let's just move on. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. Let's move on. He need to move on. You know what I mean? Hey, but shout out to my main man, Corey from Texas. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in, man. You always show support, brother. Thank you.
All right, peace, bro.
Shout out to Corey, man. I want to look at some options. He say Timothy Bradley. Shout out to Timothy. Shout out to Big Zan. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Got another call.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Caller, hold on. Big Zan say Timothy Bradley said it best when EJ was on his ass. Crawford re-signed the top rank knowing that, but EJ ducking. Man down, strap season, smoke welcome. Okay, well, brother, the phone lines is open. So I appreciate the super chat. Now you can call in and say what you want to say. Just be respectful though. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey man, my name is Alan, calling from Atlanta.
Alan calling from Atlanta. What the link read? What you want to talk about?
Hey man, I want to say on the subject. Do you remember Winky Wright?
Y'all remember Winky Wright? Yes, sir, I do.
Winky Wright passed up on an all-time high payday because he wanted 50-50.
I guess what fighter?
45%.
Against what fighter?
Against Jermaine Taylor.
Jermaine Taylor. Yeah, Jermaine Taylor was undisputed. Yeah, Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor ended up beating Bernard Hopkins to become undisputed. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep. And the
Winky Wright pushed. Yes, he pushed Jermaine. They wanted a rematch. They offered Winky $7 million. Winky never got offered that type of payday again. Terence Crawford is getting some bad advice. If he fights Charlo for 50-50, a 50-50 fight against Charlo won't pay him what 40% or 45% with back-end money is going to pay him again.
See, my brother, you know.
He can fight.
Go ahead. No, see, my brother, see, this is the thing.
No, you go ahead, sir.
No, this is the thing, brother. See, you violating the commandment, brother. We not, it's not our job to be fanagers. I get what you're saying. You're trying to say that
I'm not trying to be a fanager.
You're trying to say that, okay, he'll make, we don't know how much money that Crawford or Spence will make if they fight each other. We really don't know. We can make guesstimations and stuff like that, but we really don't know. All I'm saying is this. If this all I'm saying. If these two fighters are not going to fight each other next, Crawford just need to move on. That's all I'm saying. Errol Spence, if whatever Al Heyman say, because I haven't heard Al Heyman or any representative of Al Heyman say anything. I've heard tweets.
Right.
I heard YouTube. I heard pro Spence YouTube channels. This is what I've heard. I haven't heard anything from Al Heyman. Haven't heard anything from Sam Watkins. I'm hearing from YouTube channels and tweets from a fighter who says he sent the tweets or he didn't send the tweets. So, and the fans...
Al Heyman fighters are loyal also.
Okay, that's fine. They're loyal and they have a NDA as well. NDA meaning that they cannot... If a fighter from PBC have any gripes with Al Heyman, they are not allowed to come out publicly and say anything. The only one that's been violating that is Adrian Broner. When Adrian Broner get mad, yeah. AB don't, he get mad and he say whatever he want to say, but that's it. So that's all I'm saying.
And I'm not trying to be a fanager. I'm just saying, I love that word the way you put that together. I'm just saying, me, I'm an older black man.
Right.
And I want all these guys to get all their money.
Right.
But I'm looking at all of them if they were my nephews or sons. I would have to tell him, man, you got to get that check. Then you get more in the rematch. But he's not, Crawford is not going to make, Crawford could make anywhere from $25 to $30 million with this 40%, man. And how do you pass that kind of money?
Brother, 35 to 40 million. Why are you coming up with these numbers?
How much is the guaranteed money you think gonna be?
Listen. See, this is what I'm saying, brother. You violating you violating the commandments, man. What you coming up with $25-30 million? What is that based on? Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia.
How much do you think the guaranteed purchase from your expert team? You sound like an expert.
Hear me out. Errol Spence. This is what we know from public record. When he fought Mikey Garcia, his guaranteed purse was $2.5 million. Okay. Mikey Garcia guaranteed purse was $2.5 million. They had a 50-50 split. Once the purse cleared and the pay-per-views and stuff like that, both of them walked away with like $4.5 million for that fight. Now that's what's on public record. That's what's on public record. So I don't know. The 25 million and 30 million on the back, I don't know nothing about that, bro. You're the first person I ever heard say that.
I got you. I stand corrected, but I'm looking at the fact now. What would they have to fight? Because it really wouldn't be fair to have it in Texas. Earl could sell out. Both of them would sell out Jerry Jones State in Texas, but that really wouldn't be fair. That's 100,000 seat stadium.
Okay, all right. It's not 100,000 seats. I mean, Canelo. It's almost like 80,000 because Canelo sold that stadium out. It was over 73,000. Canelo sold that out.
Okay.
Canelo is the only one selling out football stadiums. He's the only one.
I got you.
All right, but listen, we got other calls calling in, my brother. What's your name again?
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yes, sir. Alan from Atlanta. I'll call you back.
All right, Alan from the ATL, man. Shout out to Alan from the ATL. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on, brother. Call back. Call back. Yeah, so shout out the Big Zan. Big Zan again. Hey, okay. For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Al from Philly.
Al from Philly. What the link read, Al?
Hey, man, what's going on?
What's going on, fam?
So, maybe you can help me out with something, because I'm very confused. How does Errol Spence justify 60-40 split in the very first place? Like, if Crawford is a champion, he's a champion. Crawford stopped everybody at welterweight since he's been up in welterweight. So how does Errol Spence even justify getting 60-40 split his way?
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Al. At this point, Errol Spence can say what he wants to say. Crawford can say what he wants to say. They're not fighting each other. My question is, let's move on. Al Heyman has not sent Crawford any contracts that I know of. He's going to do what makes business sense for him. The managers and the promoters and the YouTube financial advisors and stuff like that, what they say don't mean shit. What I say don't mean shit. Fact of the matter is, these guys doesn't seem like they're fighting. So now my thing is, okay, what's next? You have other guys you can fight and make your money, whatever the case may be. It's not my job to try to figure out, okay, well, this guy said this, and this guy should be willing to take this, and you got it all figured out, you know. And it's like the fact of the matter is, they're not. My thing is conclusion. What's the conclusion? They're not fighting each other. If this guy say this, he's stuck on that. That guy say that, they stuck on that. They come to the point where they can't agree. If we can't agree, we need to do like this and walk off, and you go do you, and I go do me, and that's that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to go. Yeah, I'm not saying with you, but I'm not here to go back and forth because I can literally like nuke this whole situation right here. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of shit I know, but I'm not. I don't been through this already. Done it already. I'm just, that's what I got to say about it. It is what it is. Let's move on. They ain't gonna fight. Yeah, I guess. Let's move on. Yeah.
But see, this is crazy. It reminds me of the Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder thing. And the fans are missing out on all these great fights. Yeah. And it's almost like, man, we might as well stop being a boxing fan because they're not going to give us the fight we want. Right. Like they want to make it the Errol Spence show. So we just going to see Errol Spence and to knock somebody out. They might as well take contestants from the audience.
Hey, man.
They have just as much, the boxers, they put them in the ring where they have just as much chance as somebody out the audience.
Well, I got to get off the line, but hold on. Hey, man, we got other calls calling in. Hey, shout out to Al from, shout out to main man Al from Philly from calling in, man. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for calling in, Al. Let me answer that. Shout out to Big Zan again. Hey, okay. For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Big Zan saying PBC and Top Rank don't do business. Well, that's not true. PBC and Top Rank does do business. They do business when they want to. They did business with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So they can do business together when they want to. Also, Errol Spence, Bud Crawford is not with Top Rank anymore. So he's not with Top Rank anymore. So that's no excuse as well. Hold on, caller. All right, caller, hold on for a minute. I got to get these super chats out of the way. Terence Crawford's not with Top Rank anymore, so that's not an excuse. The other side of the street rule doesn't apply. Shout out to my main man, Rob Boy Fresh. Hey, okay. For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Rob Boy Fresh say 30 M's. That joker is oblivious. Yeah, I don't know where he got the 30 mil from, but I don't know where he got that from. Let me go ahead and caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What to do with the folks? It's your boy. So I call in real quick, show you some support, some love. I got a quick question for you, coach. Your boy DT3, the Boom Beezy.
Yes, sir. DT3
fresh out of West Oakland, California.
What's up, man? You said you from Oakland?
Well, I wanted to. No, I just wanted to speak on the fact that when Crawford, everybody's talking about the 60-40, the 50-50, the A side, B side, but a lot of things that people I haven't heard is, what about when Crawford said I don't care about A side, B side. I don't care about 50-50, 60-40. Just make the fight. He said that. And if he already said, I don't care if you the A side, who the B side, I don't care about 50-50. Like, he's telling you, I don't care who the A side, who the B side, who's getting the most money. All I care about is making the fight. And if that wasn't enough to push the fight, because basically he's saying you can make the most money, you can get all the money you want. I just want to fight you. You can get the gate money, you can get all that, but I just want to fight you. And if he gave that position, and for him to do that and still don't get the fight, that's what led me to believe that fight's not gonna happen. Along with the Mikey Garcia thing, when he was in front of Bob Arum and shit like that. But that was the main point that led me to believe that he don't want to fight, because he's giving them free range to be the A side and make the most money. He still don't want to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point now where, because there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Crawford said this, Spence said that. So depending on which side of the fence you're on, everyone is dug in and they're riding with their side. I get all of that. My whole point is what I'm saying is this.
Right.
The fight, let's assume the fight ain't happening because if this guy is stuck over here and that guy's stuck over there, I still haven't heard anything that Al Haymon made an offer yet. He should move on. Stop chasing this guy. Stop chasing this guy. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
All I'm saying is this. Stop chasing this guy. If you can't come to an agreement, don't chase him. Just move on and
let it go.
Let it go. And that's it. And both of y'all will be all right. Both of them millionaires anyway. You feel
right.
me?
It ain't like y'all broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but that's just my take. I feel like Crawford already put himself in a position where he said, I don't care about the money. I don't care about A side, B side. I just want to fight you. And if you're supposed to be the money team or you pro money, and this person told you you can have all the money, just fight me. So you have all the power and control, and you still don't want to fight him. You don't want that. You don't want that.
All right, well, shout out to my main man DT3, man. We got other calls calling in. Thank you so much, brother, for calling in. DT3,
hey,
the boom man in the building. Shout out to Boxing Logic, man. Shout out to Boxing Logic.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Got another call calling in. Hold on, guys. Caller, hold on. Caller, hold on. Hold on, caller. Boxing United, Boxing Logic United says all purse split talk is lame and destroying the integrity of the fighters in sports. True boxing fans could give a damn about who's making what. Exactly. Hey, Boxing Logic, this is about the whole thing. Once you get into the realm of, you know what, because this fighter did this and that fighter did that, he should take this. So now I'm telling this guy who's been a champion for 8 years, he has, he's net worth for $9-10 million, and the other guy, Errol Spence, he hasn't fought, so he got a net worth for like $8 million, something like that. I'm telling these two guys, you should take this, you should take that. That's not my job. As a boxing fan, that's not my job to now put on the financial advisor hat, or put on the manager hat, or put on the promoter hat. That's what I'm saying. This is where the waters get murky. I just want to see the fight. If the fight doesn't happen for whatever reason, because this group says this and that group says that, let's move on and let's go other places. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This ain't no capping for anybody. Crawford or Spence. If it ain't gonna work, okay, let's move on. Let's move on. That's all I'm saying. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Big Zane calling from South Florida.
All right, Big Zane calling from South Florida. What the link read?
Hey, man, I just want to say something to like the folks just saying that they should just accept the 50-50. They don't care about the money or nothing. At the end of the day, like you said, we fans. We not managed or nothing like that. You got to understand that brothers put in blood, sweat, and tears to get to where they need to go in life.
Right.
Boxing, not a sport for the faint of heart. You talking about breaking fingers, breaking livers, all types of stuff goes on behind the scenes that we don't see. So Spence fighting these people to get to where he need to go. When you come down from your mountain to meet a lesser opponent, you gotta think about that, brother. You gotta think about that.
Who's the lesser opponent?
No, I wouldn't call Crawford ain't a lesser opponent. Yeah. They right there with each other 50-50 as far as skill set. But I'm saying getting into these big fights, getting the IBF and the WBC championship.
Yes, sir.
It takes time and effort to get there. It takes a manager who wants you to get there. Arum didn't do that for Crawford. Crawford re-signed Arum. That was his fault.
Well, why you say that was his fault? He got paid the most guaranteed money than any welterweight in the division. Why was that his fault? What do you mean by that?
See, this is what I got to say. When I put that chat up, it said Tim Bradley said it best. When Spence was trying to get at Bradley when he was the number one IBF, he was ranked number one for IBF. His excuse was it's winners PBC and top rank do business. Yeah, we've seen a few fights here, but if you think about the history of they got, Aaron may never wanted to do no fights with Al Heyman.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. All right, let's say you're right about everything. This fight is not going to happen. Crawford should move on, right? And Smith should move on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's my whole thing. We can get back and relitigate and say, this guy the big fish and he's done this and he got that. Okay, I'm past that part. We can argue the semantics all day. It's not happening. So now Crawford should move on. That's all I'm saying. Move on. Boost Ennis is going to be number one in the IBF. Spence will have to defend that title against him more than likely once that is mandated. And Crawford doesn't have. Crawford, he has a couple fights that he can probably fight outside of that because he just fought his man though. So that's all I'm saying. They need to move on. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's it.
So boxing. At the end of the day, you want to see that fight.
Yeah, I want to see the fight, but hell, it's a whole bunch of fights. It's a whole bunch of fights I want to see, but wanting to see something and it actually happening is two different things. So until it happens, I'm not optimistic about it. You can move on and just keep it going. And we ain't got to have this conversation about who A side, who B side. My side did this and your side didn't do that. That's all I'm seeing going on right now, and I'm just past it. That's all. But shout out to the Big Zan, man, calling from South Florida, man. My brother's right here in Florida, man. Appreciate you calling it. Yes, sir, man. Right here in Florida. We got another call calling in. Caller, we got to get this super chat out the way, though. Hold on. Caller, hold on. We got to get the super chat out of the way. Shout out to the Darren Damper. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, tell the truth then. Then North Omaha, where we from, Bud spoke fighting words, so Errol would have no choice to fight. He better call Al. See, what I don't want to get caught up in, guys, is I'm with Crawford, I'm with Spence. This is my argument for my team. That's your argument for your team. I don't really want to get caught up in that. I'm past that part. To be honest, I'm past that. That has been, I'm past that. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
If Spence doesn't fight Bud, I'm putting big money on Boots to beat him. Yeah, I mean Spence gonna have to deal with Boots in a minute. So, Spence gonna have to deal with that. So just fight Boots once that mandated, and that's it. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach, this is Alex from Dallas.
You say Alex from Dallas?
Yes, sir.
Alex from Dallas. What the league read? What you want to talk about, Alex?
Well, not much, man. I agree with you to a certain point. I think these fighters should not be wasting their prime of their career chasing each other. I think if the fight is not going to happen at this point, I think they should stay focused in their career and still make the big fights against other guys. I would love to see Crawford go up and activate his WBO mandatory, and face the champ on the 154 and become undisputed if possible. And that would be cool because it will add to Crawford's legacy, and it will also, in some sort of way, trap Errol Spence, because we all know he can't stop drinking, and he will eventually have to come up on way to the 154 pounds.
Yeah, whatever whatever his lifestyle is outside of boxing, when he's not boxing, that's well documented.
That's his problem. You're right.
No. But what I'm saying, no, I'm not trying to. No, I'm saying that's well documented. That's well documented. His lifestyle outside of the boxing ring. But my whole thing is this: if you can't agree on. Again, I got to go back to Al Heyman. No fighters with the PBC can make a fight. No fighter can send someone an offer, whether it's via Twitter, whether it's via Instagram, whether it's via YouTube or Facebook. No fighter can do that. So when you say Errol offered this, it's all bull to the shit, because if it's not coming from Al Heyman doesn't do business like that. Period.
Yeah, that's like saying Pacquiao offered 70% to Mayweather. Pacquiao didn't offer nothing. Was Bob Arum the one doing the offering.
Right. So, hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Hey, listen, Alan, thank you so much, my brother, for calling in from Dallas, Texas, the Big D. Shout out to Alice, man, for calling in. Man. Here you go. Let's see, man. We got another call calling in, guys. The phone lines is hot today. Shout out to my main man, J3 Pop. Caller, hold on, caller. Hold on. J3 Pop. Shout out to you, fam. Hey, okay. For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Say Corey from Texas showing support. Shout out to my brother Corey from Texas, man, for showing that support, man. We got another call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach, what's good? This Ron Boy Fred.
I'm a baby. Ron, what's going on, man?
You know me. I don't like to, get into all these pocket watching and shit. It's just straight up and down with me, Slim. You can't offer Bud, and it's up to Bud to take whatever they, the terms. Send something. I said just send 90-10. At least send something. But let's just put this in perspective.
Right.
You want me to believe you want to fight? And you want to give Bud the same deal you gave Danny Garcia, 60-40? Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. Mikey got 50-50. Porter got 50-50
too.
But when it comes to Bud, you want to give him 60-40. Yeah. That's the same shit Danny got, and Danny ain't have a belt. He ain't did shit.
I think that's what's confusing people as well, as it relates to people who support Terence Crawford. It's like, okay, wait a minute, dude. Okay, Mikey Garcia got 50-50 when you fought Sean Porter got 50-50 when you fought. We get it, that was an in-house fight. But then when it comes to this guy, it's something totally different. My thing is, Ron Boy, I'm past all that shit. Yeah, because we can argue. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. We got over 500 people watching, man. We got less than 300 likes. This is terrible. Y'all gotta support the old boy, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the like button. Or if you're old to the channel, please hit the like button for the old boy. Yeah, man. I'm past that shit. My thing is, okay, stop chasing them, stop calling them out. Let's move on.
Right.
Let's move on.
I did say that. I said Bud needs to fight, and I was pushing his drum last year. Yeah. I was like, fuck Earl. Bud need to fight Charlo, because that's the only motherfucker he gonna get credit for anyway. Move up to 154 and fight the winner of Castano and Charlo. Game over. Win, lose, or draw. I don't protect my favorite fighter. Oh, you jump out there, go move up. Go fight them. Because Earl obviously don't want the smoke. You know what I'm saying?
But Ron, bro, we got a lot of calls calling in. I gotta let you go, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I just want to drop in real quick, Slim. I'm out.
All right, shout out to my brother, man. Hey, have you been unblocked yet on Twitter from Leonard Ellaby?
Oh, Block boy.
The block boy. Hey, shout out to Ron, boy, man. Leonard blocked us. They blocked us, man. They don't. I don't understand, man. Leonard blocked us, man. My favorite promoter blocked me. I'm so hurt by that. Shout out to the Queen Karma Serene. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach Malachi is best of the best.
Best of the best. Where you calling from, fam?
Calling from Baltimore.
Best of the best. Calling from Baltimore. What's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
Hey, I want to first of all say keep doing what you're doing. I love your show. Great show.
Yes, sir.
Like everything about what you're doing. So keep up what you're doing. And I'm basically hitting on to some of the stuff you talk about. You cannot prejudge pay-per-view buys.
Right. No,
so you're 100% correct on that. People can't talking about what the numbers going to be and how much millions they going to make, all that. Right. Another thing, Al Heyman make the decisions on who get what as far as money.
Yeah, facts.
Al Heyman make that decision. The fighters, no fighter on the PBC make their own decision. They not their own bosses. And that's what everybody think, that everybody on the PBC, they own bosses. They keep spreading that around. Right. Al Heyman make them decisions when it's all said and done. And other than that, like you say, they should keep it moving.
Yeah, just keep it moving.
Bird continue to do what he started doing. As far as throughout his career, everything he's been doing, continue what you're doing, and Spence can get ready to see who I believe to be the only threat to Bud and Boots Ennis. That's just being honest. Man, Boots Ennis, what they even was to fight each other.
Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what I see, man. These young guns are not playing. They're young, they're hungry, they're strong, they're big. Now, you know, and these guys can fight. So fact of the matter is, you know, once Boots Ennis and a lot of those pro Errol Spence channels and PBC channels, they've been talking about this. Once Boots Ennis gets moved up to the number one spot, more than likely he's going to be mandatory for that belt. So now, you know, you're going to fight Boots Ennis. You know, it's not going to be the same amount of money that you will make fighting a Crawford. But if y'all can't make it happen, make it work, fine. Crawford, move on. That's all I'm saying. Crawford, you need to move on. Stop calling this dude out. You're looking in the ocean. The shit ain't happening. It's up to Al Heyman anyways. It's not Errol Spence's decision who he fights. Errol Spence has no say-so in the matter with who he fights. Al Heyman tells these boys, listen, this who you're going to fight. This how much you're going to get paid. Hey, you're going to fight my guy. This how much you're going to get paid. More than likely it's going to be an in-house fight. That's going to be it. Fight going to be announced. And that's how it works. All this other stuff, the fanaging and being a fanager and the promoter, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know you guys want to feel like your fighter is his own boss, but they're really not. Al Heyman is the boss at the PBC. That's all I'm saying.
Coach, I love the new word too, fanager.
Yeah, fanager. I mean, shout out the best of the best, man. Caller from B More in the building, man. Thank you, my brother, for calling.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get the super chats out the way. Shout out the Real Dude Uprising. Shout out the Real Dude Uprising. Hold on, my brother. Hey, okay. For dropping that. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He says Spence seems like he was pricing himself out of the fight originally. This is no longer about fights, just wallet versus wallet. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. It's about the wallets. Well, my fighter made this, and he, you know, and that's what it seemed like. I'm from the old school, dog. I just want to see the fights, bro. That's all I give a damn about, man. I just want to see the fights, bro. We ain't, you know. And if that ain't gonna happen, move the fuck on. I'm past it. Hold on, let me get this super chat out of the way. Shout out to Percy Moore for dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Percy Moore said love both fighters, but 60-40 or 45-55 isn't that bad. I need to see something where Al Heyman is making these offers. I haven't seen anything where Al Heyman is making anything. I see a bunch of people on YouTube and on social media saying these numbers, and that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, listen, if it ain't gonna happen, move the fuck on. I'm ready to see Crawford and them fight Ortiz in Texas. I think that'd be big, and go overseas and fight Josh Taylor. I think that'd be big as well. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, it's Major Key Boxing, man, Central Florida. What's going on, brother?
Major Key, what the link read?
Oh, chilling, man. Listen, look, man, I'm glad that comment came through because that's exactly what I was calling about. You see, because we not managers, no promoters over here, right? You know, I'm not trying to break any commandments, bro. I'm not trying to break any of the commandments. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep that shit a buck when it comes to the boxing guys, right? We try to keep those commandments in check. So here's the thing, you know, what people don't realize, this shit reminds me of like timeshares, bro. Yeah. Because it's a buyer's market. You know that you could go out there and pay $40,000 if you let somebody hustle you to think that the value of the timeshare is $40,000, but then you could go online and buy it for $1. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's the buyer's market. It is what they believe the value is. So when it comes down to these fights, when you're talking about 60, 40, 50, 50, 90, 10, 80, 20, it doesn't matter what you want to say as a manager or a promoter, right? Because at the end of the day, we just want to see that fight. We know that it's a 50-50 fight, so it should be a 50-50 split. Because at the end of the day, you can make a case, Errol Spence, you know, he's the best at 147, and he's always been the best at 147. He fought everybody, but then you can make the same case that, hey, is Errol Spence going down right now in the Hall of Fame? Because he's not undisputed, but Terence Crawford is. You know what I mean? He's got belts in different weight divisions. Errol Spence doesn't. So you can make a case for either side. The point is that everybody wants to see the damn fight. So just make the damn fight happen, and that's what it is. And that's my call, my brother. You know, I love you. I want you to get all these calls in. Your phone line's hot right now. But peace to you, man. I'm going to go live later on, by the way.
All
so
right.
holla at me, all right?
Okay, yeah, for sure. Shout out to Major Key Boxing in the building. Shout out to Major Key Boxing in the building. That's where I'm at, guys. I'm at, listen, are we going to see the fight? Yes or no? It's not my job to try to relitigate, well, my man my fighter said this and my fighter said that. And when we know damn well, man, everything run through Al Heyman. We know this. Let's not pretend we don't know this, right? If they're not going to fight, move the fuck on. Spence, you go ahead and fight Boots. He's going to be, he's next up to bat anyways. You're going to fight him, and then Crawford, you can go fight Josh Taylor at a one-fight deal, and then come back, get with Eddie Hearn and get with De La Hoya and fight Virgil Ortiz in Texas. That'll be a good fight. I mean, that's just my suggestion. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, when you got options, you got several different ways you can go. Why waste your time trying to chase one goddamn dude? Caller, hold on for 1 minute. Let's get this super chat out of the way. Shout out to Monroe for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, first, I'm going to leave this here. Second, I'm going to subscribe because I'm liking the heat over here, bro. EJ, my favorite welterweight, but goddamn, if Bud ain't making their case. Yeah, man, I'm kind of like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I'm kind of like past the, who this and who that. I'm past the, you're on the wrong side of the street. I fight for ESPN. I don't fight for ESPN. I fight for Fox and pay-per-view. You got to call Al or I'm past all of that. You're 60-40, 80-20. You got to get a belt. You ain't fought nobody. I'm letting all that shit go. You know what I mean? Are you guys gonna fight? If you're not gonna fight, Crawford, stop calling this dude out. Move the fuck on. Boxing is bigger than this one individual. I said the same thing with Canelo. Stop chasing. Hold on, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Cassidy, coach, man. What's good?
Cassidy, what the league read? What's going on?
Yeah, nothing too much, man. I just wanted to chime in on that Errol Spence and Crawford, man. Listen. These PBC punks, they don't care about us. They care about the boxing community. They don't give a shit. What's his name? Ellen Celebi, whoever that horse knows, he's taking the piss. And all the rest of them promoters are taking the mick. Crawford, and coach, man, they have to fight each other, man. Just move on and all this. They can't move on. They cannot move on until they fight each other. They can't move on until they fight each other. Mayweather, Pacquiao, even they fought each other.
Yeah, they fought each other years later, but they fought each other. Yeah, but okay, you can't even compare to Sugar Ray Leonard them era. I'm gonna tell you why, because Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns and Hagler and all of those guys, those are fighters cut from a different cloth. Back then, things were.
That's what I said, coach. No, that's what I said, coach. That's what I said, coach. If they don't fight each other, they will never even be regarded. Like, that's what I think to myself now. Like, I'm contemplating. Are they in it for is Errol Spence in it for the legacy, or does he want to be hugging up Yellow BZ? Or because I know Crawford's a pit bull dog. He's a pit bull monster. She called the neighborhood, and she made him punch up all the other kids in that neighborhood, and he ain't coming home until he punches up everyone. Errol Spence, I don't know what he's on. To me, I just don't understand. I don't see where their mind's at. Canelo, that's why Canelo's on a different trajectory. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? He's on a different trajectory. Errol Spence, they're not. What's their legacy? Are they about legacy or money? What's going on? I don't understand.
All right, well, listen, man. We got to wrap the call up, but listen, thank you for calling out. Shout out to Cassidy from London calling in. Thank you so much,
no problem. Brother.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hold on. Sorry about that, brother. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, Malachi. I'm Alpha Player, and I'm from Sunset Park, Brooklyn, New York.
All right, from Brooklyn. You from Brooklyn. What's your name is again, my brother?
Alpha Player.
Southwest?
Alpha Player.
Okay, all right. Shout out. Go ahead, brother. What you want to talk about?
Nah, man. First off, I'm a big fan of your work, bro. I love the fact that you're turning the heat on like the boxing landscape as it's currently playing out.
Yes, sir.
With all this business talk, with PBC messing up the game. You know, all these PBC fighters like Jamel Charlo today, his first real call out of Bud, and he's already throwing out numbers, 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like all that same argument that they made for Bud, like coming up from 140.
Right.
Like we're not getting on that whole shit and saying, oh, well, 50-50, you know, how certain people do.
What did he say that at?
What, the 50-50?
Yeah, talking about Jamel Charlo.
No, well, that's the content that I'm seeing today. Like these channels that like go above and beyond trying to defend Errol and trying to defend every PBC move.
Yeah.
Like like now throwing out the Charlo fight. You know what I'm saying? Everything not to throw Errol into the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like everything not to throw Errol like put pressure on Errol and say, you know, well, F it, you know, you ain't a big deal like that, like or much bigger deal than Bud. Just take the 50-50. How many of these channels like be saying that shit like nowadays? None of them.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So I give a lot of. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead, because we got to wrap the call up, but go ahead. Go ahead.
No, these are channels that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I give you a lot of props, you know, because now, like, a lot of people are starting to turn on Errol, and channels like yours, and I'm only shouting out this channel because I know, like, he has love for you and you have love for him. But shout out to Blood Boxing, too. Channels like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, are like, deading this business talk. At the end of the day, you know, like, I'm cool with him moving on, with Bud moving on. You know, it is what it is. But I ain't paying for none of these fights no more. I ain't paying for Bud fights. I ain't paying for Errol's fights. And I ain't paying for none of the shit that PBC throwing up. Charging for Luis Ortiz. Charging for Mario Barrios.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, man. Hey, we got to wrap the call up, man. But shout out to you, my brother, man, for calling in. I appreciate it. My main man from Brooklyn, New York, in the house. Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Queen, Bless 365. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Bless says, Lord, I pray for all of these Wilder haters. Give me strength. Man, y'all stop hating on Wilder. I know y'all say, Coach, you been hating on Wilder for a while. Hey, y'all, come on, man. Come on. Watch it. Wilder got a boatload of money now, though. Shit, man. That man got his bread, bro. Can't hate on that. Let's see. Hold on. We got another call calling in. Caller, hold on. We got to get the super chats out of the way. Shout out to Lions Only for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Let's see. Shout out to Wayne Love Peacock for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Wayne Love Peacock said, "Hey, Coach, I think as boxing fans, we should stop talking about Bud and Spence." Yeah, pretty much. I'm tired of them a goddamn self. To be honest with you. They ain't fighting each other, then I will holler at them then. Shout out to Philly Fly for dropping that $2 bam pound. What? Dropping that $2. No, I keep saying $2 pound, but it's 2 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Oh man.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "Well, boy said fight is behind him. He still got shit." Yeah, when he said it was behind him, he got shit. And then he don't want to take what the fans just tell him to take. He getting shit. So it's a lose-lose situation. Shout out to Gino for dropping that $2 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Gino said, "What's the call in? Salute, my brother." Yeah, the number's going to be back on the screen. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Fernando from the Bronx.
Fernando from the Bronx. What the lick read?
Coach Malachi, when the actual fight happens, you think they're going to structure it to where it's a trilogy so that they maximize, since it's all about business now.
Yeah.
The back and forth is all about the split.
Right.
Is it going to be a trilogy like with Fury and Wilder?
You know what? I have no idea. If they're smart, let's say this fight does happen. Hypothetically, let's say this fight does happen. If they're smart, there should be a rematch clause in it for both fighters.
And then I feel like the fight has to happen because monetarily, what other matchup generates the same revenue? Despite the split or how much the gate or whatever, it's the biggest money fight. You're not gonna make that. Bud's not gonna make that with
Josh Taylor. Will's not going to make that with Yernes Ugas or possibly Keith Thurman, but I feel like maybe these two guys might be gunning for Keith Thurman after he shows up with Mario Barrios next month. But the fight has to happen because there's no other fight out there that they're gonna get this much payouts from.
Right. So yeah, and I'm seeing in the chat like a lot of brothers are talking about Bud should take the 40% from Errol. Listen, I keep explaining this to you guys. Shout out to Fernando, man. I gotta let you go, my brother. Shout out to you, fam, for calling in from the Bronx. Shout out to you, brother. I don't know, for all you guys who saying this, I don't know if you know this. Errol Spence does not send offers. He does not send contracts. Everything comes from Al Heyman, period. So when people sit back and tell me, oh, well, Errol offered this, Errol offered that, fighters do not offer contracts. Unless they are their own promoters or whatever the case, everything goes through Al Heyman. Al Heyman is going to be the guy. Errol don't do shit. Errol did not make the Mikey Garcia fight. He did not make the Sean Porter fight. He did not make the Kell Brook fight. Every fight that Errol Spence has had since he's been with the PBC, those fights were made by whom? Al Heyman. Now, of course, the fighters have to want to fight each other. That helps. But if you can tell, well, Al Heyman offered this, Sam Watkins offered that, all this talking back and forth about who offered what, I'm past that. All I'm saying is he should just move the fuck on. Go fight Josh Taylor, or fight Virgil Ortiz, or fight Conor Benn, fight whoever the hell you want to fight. But let's move on from this and let Errol fight whoever he gonna fight. And that's that. That's where I'm at with it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Monroe. Sorry about that, fam. I got applause right there. Let's see. Sorry about that, guys. Shout out to Monroe. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Monroe say, let me drop these facts off, bro. Errol ain't ducking. Crawford ain't ducking. We got two real ones. And with that being the case, it's going to happen. Well, you way more optimistic than I am. Hey, you are way more optimistic than I am. I'm telling you, man, the PBC, the money, the PBC, man, things ain't what it, it's gonna be up to those boys to make that happen. If it don't happen, it's gonna be up to them, bro. It's gonna be up to them if it don't happen. So if it don't happen, this is where I'm at with it. You have two young welterweights. You have three young welterweights that's moving up the ranks. And as a matter of fact, let's go here. You have three young welterweights that's moving up the ranks. And the three young welterweights, I'm going to show you guys this. The three young welterweights, they don't give a damn about 60-40, 40-60, what side of the street you on. They don't care nothing about that. This guy right here is going to be the number one guy within the next couple of weeks. Once he becomes the number one guy, more than likely, when the IBF may, more than likely they will, because they are consistent with that, say, hey, this guy's going to be your mandatory. You guys have 30 days to work a fight out between Jaron Ennis and Errol Spence. Conor Benn is number 5. He would go up to number 4 more than likely. Number 3 more than likely. And Virgil Ortiz will go up to number 2. This is what's going on. This is what I know. So if they don't want to fight each other, fine. And for whatever you want to believe, this guy ducking, that guy ducking, the other guy, he don't want to take 60-40 or 30-20, whatever goes through your manager mind or financial advisory mind or whatever cap you want to put on. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. I appreciate that. However you want to spit it. All I'm saying is okay, listen, we don't even want to talk about Bob. This brother here said something about Bob. I don't even want to talk about Bob Arum no more. Bob Arum is not in the picture. We're talking about right now, today, 2021. What the date is? The day is what? Gotta look at my phone. What's the date? Today is The day is December the 16th, 2021. Bob Arum, the wrong side of the street is not there anymore. Bob Arum is not there anymore. You with ESPN, I'm with Fox, that's not there anymore. None of that is not there anymore. And the fight is still not happening. So what does that tell me? There's no more side. What all the excuses that were used, you shouldn't have re-signed with Top Rank. You on the wrong side of the street. You fight for the wrong promotional company. 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. You know, you with ESPN, I with Fox. You got a boss, I ain't got no boss. Okay, Terence Crawford is a free agent. There's no Bob, there's no ESPN, there's no side of the street. Now what's the problem? You ain't got a belt, you got to get a belt, he got that. You ain't fought nobody, from the PBC, he beat Porter. Now what? And it's still not happening. So I ain't the smartest guy in the world, but my GED education tells me that Crawford needs to move on. Stop chasing this nigga. He obviously do not want to fight you. That's my position. Move on. Stop chasing this dude. All of the hurdles that were there before are not there. And the issue still remains the same. Now it's, well, you know, he need to take this. And that's not my job. That's not my job to do that. That's not my job to tell another man what he should take. I leave that to the managers, though. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Kyron, my man. I'm calling out of Philly.
Calling out of Philly. What's your name again, my brother?
Kyron.
Kyron.
Like Byron, but it's Kyron.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kyron, what's going on, my brother? What you want to talk about?
How you doing, my man? I guess I'm what you would call a Spencerholic, whatever. Spencersexual. Yeah, I'm one of them dudes.
Oh, you're Errolsexual. Okay, cool. I want to hear from you. What you want to talk about?
But I'm a boxing fan first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Always been.
All right.
About 40 years. All right. Now, this is my thing, right? If the fight don't get made, what the narrative is going to be is that Spence is ducking. Even if Crawford don't accept whatever split they offer. Now, like you said, none of us are managers. But we all know pay-per-view fights are based on pay-per-view numbers.
Right, that's true.
And according to his numbers, he don't deserve half.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna get into it, but what we do know is this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Amir Khan made more than him when they fought. And he took that.
Okay, so
and he was going to take less from Manny.
Okay, so you're saying all of that to say what though? What's your point?
Main man need to do what he got to do to make the fight. It's the biggest fight he's gonna get in his career.
Okay, so okay, let's say Bud doesn't do what he has to do. Let's say everything is on Bud. It's not Spence's fault. Everything is on Bud, so I get that. So basically, Bud needs to take whatever Errol Spence offers him, even though Errol Spence don't make contracts, he doesn't create contracts, he doesn't make offers. Al Heyman does that.
No, he doesn't. No, but he can offer a split as a champ, as a unified champ.
But Errol Spence, Crawford needs to take whatever Errol Spence offers him. So this is my point. If Errol Spence is not willing to take if Crawford is not willing to take what Errol Spence is offering him, should Terence Crawford move on with his career, and should Errol Spence move on with their career? Or should they sit around?
Let's talk about this then, right?
Right.
If he don't take that fight, listen, if he don't take that fight, what big fight can he get?
That's not my problem, sir. That's not my job as a
No, I'm asking a question as a fan.
Right.
As a fan, which way would he go?
Well,
you know what I mean? There are no other big fights. Listen, he has no big fights without PBC.
Okay, what big fights does Errol Spence have?
He can fight Ortiz in Dallas and clean up.
Okay, well let him fight Ortiz in Dallas, and then let Errol Spence, let Terence Crawford move on to fight who he's going to fight, and we can move on. That's my whole point.
Who?
That's my whole point.
Without a promoter and a network, who he going to fight?
Bro, listen, he got a management deal. He got a management
company. Because if he fight Josh Taylor, because if he fight Josh Taylor next year, brother, right? We all know what that's about. Bob going to try to get that belt back.
See, brother, listen. This is the problem. Right now, you are breaking the commandments. It's not our job, my brother, to be a manager. Now, when you answered it, and in the beginning of the call, you said
I'm asking you, where will he go next then? If he don't get the Spence fight, what fight is next?
Well, guess what? He will go wherever he feels he needs to go. That's not my problem to worry about.
I'm asking you your opinion.
Okay, all right. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. He can fight Josh Taylor. He can fight Virgil Ortiz in Texas. That's the answer. Now, whether you agree with that or not, that's fine. You don't have to. But you asked me a question.
So, I'm not saying. Listen,
brother. Listen, we gotta wrap this call.
He won't be fighting Josh Taylor next, right?
Okay,
because Josh Taylor about to fight in February.
Well, I know that. I'm saying after.
Now,
go ahead.
I believe this, right? And I've been watching boxing for a long time.
Okay.
That Josh Taylor fight over there where Bull from, and Bull survived the fight, Crawford lose that belt.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So
do you agree with that?
So you're saying
do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that. So you're saying all of that to say what?
You think Bob will let him walk away from that with that belt again?
Brother,
really?
Brother,
That's
listen.
what you believe.
Brother, listen. You're right now.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Right now, my brother. It's simple.
Brother,
they're not fighting each other right now. So if they're not fighting each other right now,
they're lining him up to fight Thurman.
But
that's why they're giving Thurman the burial fight.
That's
they want to offer the fight Thurman in July, and he'll fight Spence at the end of the year.
Have you heard this from Al Heyman, sir? Did Al Heyman tell you this, sir?
Al Heyman didn't have to tell me nothing. You can see what's going on.
Okay, all right.
Thurman called him out. Hold on, let me finish, right? Because you asked us to come on the show, right? But you really don't seem that intelligent about boxing.
No. What you're not going to do, you're not going to out-talk me on my show. You're not going to out-talk me on my show. You called in. You know, I'm very intelligent when it comes to sport of boxing. When you answered the phone, sir, so just chill out. Just chill out. Hold on. Listen. You asked me a question. I'm going to answer the question for you. It's a 2-minute minimum because we have people calling in. Now, I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. When you called, you said you were an Errolsexual. So when you said that let me know that everything you're saying is going to be biased, slated towards Errol Spence because you're an Errolsexual. Hear me, brother. Hear me out, my brother. Hear me out. Listen, I'm not going to tongue wrestle with you on this. Let me speak. Now, you're not going to overtalk me over my show. All I'm saying is this. You can be the fan and just figure the numbers out all you want. Doesn't matter to me. If they're not going to fight each other, Crawford needs to move on. That's all I'm saying. That's it. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like that. And that's it. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. That's not my problem, my brother. Brother, that's not my problem. I'll let you worry about the PBC. That's not my problem.
No, I'm as a boxing fan.
No, brother, you being too long-winded right now. You're being too long-winded. See, when you're going to get into, well, who are you going to fight after this? Another non-PBC fighter, this and that. Listen, that's not our problem as a boxing community. We want to see the fights. The fighter's going to have to do what's best for them. It's not my job to sit back and figure out, who he going to fight if he don't fight a PBC fighter. And then, wait a minute, fighting the boy Josh Taylor, that ain't going to do nothing. And Bob Arum ain't going to let him get away with the belt. See, right now, you doing too much. You breaking. Let's go back to. Hold on, man. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. Hold on. See, brother, this is the problem. This is the problem, my brother. What the brother name was? Kyron from Philly. I think his name was Kyron from Philly. Who got a call coming? Hold on, guys. Hold on. When you call in, hold on. Hold on for a minute. When you call into this show, what you're not going to do, you're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to filibuster the conversation. You can say what you want to say. You know, you say I'm not that intelligent as a boxing fan. Okay, that's fine. I ain't tripping on that. I ain't even tripping on that. Not even taking offense to that. Because when you told me you was an Errolsexual, I already knew what time it was. When you told me you was an Errolsexual. That told me everything I needed to know. And you was an older guy that's an Errolsexual. So you an old Errolsexual. This is what I tell you guys about these old crusty niggas. All due respect to Kyron from Philly. But you one of the old crusty niggas that I be talking about. You one of the old crusty niggas I be talking about. So now let's move over here, my brother. Kyron, what you're gonna have to do, my brother, is this. And you feel free to call back. What you're gonna have to do is this. You're gonna have to look at these commandments, right? You're gonna look at these commandments. Thou shalt not fanboy for any fighter, right? Thou shalt not deride for a promotional company or promoter. You don't broke 2 of these commandments already. Right? Thou shalt not capeth for a particular fighter, promoter, or promotional company. You violated commandment number 4. Thou shalt not be a fanager of any fighter. That's violation of commandment number 5. Thou shalt not be a promoter of any fighter. That's violation of commandment number 6. And then you went to talking about how much money is he gonna make if he don't fight this guy. Thou shalt not pocket watcheth a fighter's money. You violated commandment number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then thou shalt not talk boxing without facts. Well, you know, if he fight the boy over there from the UK, you know, Josh Taylor, you know, Bob ain't gonna let him leave with that belt. Bro, listen, how do you know that? We have no proof on that. Well, I'm not here to filibuster with you. When you call in, it's gonna be 2 minutes. You ask me a question, I'm gonna answer the question. But you're not gonna overtalk the host. It doesn't work that way. You can call back, Kyron, but right now you violating all the commandments, brother. Study the commandments, brother, before you get back on the call. But call back. Let's get this super chat out the way. Shout out to Monroe. Hey, okay. For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said this for my dude, Grandpa, bro. Keep doing you. Anyways, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Kyron.
Kyron, what's going on, fam? You call back. What the lick read?
What's going on, man? Yeah, I was already on the line. I never left. All right, now look, I apologize for violating the rules, all right? Like I said, this is my first time calling in anybody.
Yes,
This
sir.
is my first time on your show.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But since you called all, you know, Spence fans,
Yeah,
you know, all them different names.
No,
I felt as
sir.
though
So
I was
hold on.
obligated to call into your show today.
Hold on, brother. I think you
You know what I'm saying?
No, listen, you're misunderstanding me. I have not called out one Errol Spence fan. I've called out Errolsexuals. An Errolsexual is a fanboy of a particular fighter. A fanboy is someone who has an an extreme emotional attachment to their fighter, to the point to where it is at a default. So there's a difference. I'm not calling out any Errol Spence fan. If you are a fan of Errol Spence, this is not for you. If you are an Errolsexual, meaning a fanboy, this is for you. This is the anti-fanboy channel. We hate fanboys, and we just want to see the best fight. So I just want to let you know that. That's why I said you got to look at the. You got to look at the
the reason why I picked up on that, right? Because I noticed, right? You know, you talk that favoritism for fans, but I don't hear you say anything detractory towards Crawford.
I mean, I haven't. Trust me, I have. I have videos on it.
No, but you didn't today. You know what I mean? And I've been watching the whole show.
Yeah, because today
and everything you've been saying is about Spence and his fans and da-da-da. So that would give me the impression that you're just the opposite with Crawford.
No, sir. So I think what you're failing to realize is I've been dropping a couple of videos. You said you're new to the channel?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so look at, I've been dropping a couple of videos, my brother, like yesterday, and then I did one 2 days ago, and we're doing, as a matter of fact, I can drop it on you right now. If you go to my community page, yeah, I got videos where I'm just basically, you know, I talked about just a bunch of, listen, what's the name of the video? Bad news, Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight won't happen. I talked about that. We talked about you know, Errol Spence, just his, his personal lifestyle choices and stuff like that. And I talk about the Errolsexual fan base because I get a lot of attacks from the Errolsexual fan base. So this is a series that I've been doing for the past 3 days. I'm not taking a dump on Errol Spence fans.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you one question?
Go ahead.
In your honest opinion, do you think the Horn versus Manny fight was a setup?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility because it's a possibility because but Manny Pacquiao was getting mauled that entire fight, so he was getting mauled that entire fight. But it's a possibility.
But the truth of the matter is, right, that was more like a WWE MMA fight. You know what I mean? Because anywhere else, we would have got multiple fines or disqualified.
Okay.
Like, he opened Manny up, not with a punch, but with elbows and headbutts.
All right, but what does that have to do with this particular Crawford walking away the fight?
Being as though nobody has ever really walked from Bob with that belt. You don't think he would try to do the same thing to Crawford?
Crawford walked away. Crawford just walked away from Bob with the belt.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if he go over there and fight Taylor overseas, you don't think Bob would try to put that same philosophy back in motion?
I mean, to be honest with you, brother, I can't really get. You're asking me hypothetically. Hypothetically, yes. Any promoter can do anything. Yeah, hypothetically, any promoter can do anything. They can have everything set up to where, hey, if this fight goes 12 rounds, just make sure you rob this guy and give it to my guy. Yes, anything can happen. You know what I mean? But
has that been Bob's character?
That's been a lot of,
in your opinion,
bro. I mean, that's been all promoters do that though. Al Heyman, that's been all promoters do that, bro. It's like boxing is a corrupt sport. That goes on in the sport of boxing.
Yes, it is.
It goes in the sport of boxing, and you can get crossed out.
Business.
Yeah, I mean, and you can get crossed out at any time. You know what I mean? But listen, I have other calls calling in, my brother. And let me get to these calls, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kyra, for Philly, for calling in. All right.
All right.
Hey, start of the commandments, though. Start of the commandments. Again, if you're a fan of Errol Spence, this is really not for you. If you're an Errolsexual, you know what I mean? And I think maybe Kyron misunderstood. Maybe he thought that because he thought fan meant Errolsexual meant you was a fan of Errol Spence. Listen, this channel is not for fans. This channel is not for of course, this channel is for people who love the sport of boxing more than they love a particular fighter. This is a fans. I am a fan of the sport of boxing, right? And you know I want to see the big fights. All I'm saying is this. Regardless of what argument you may have, what side of the street you may be on, it's not my job to figure out, okay, if this fight doesn't happen, well, Crawford, you know, where's he going to make the most money at? And that's not my job. I'm doing too much. If he's fighting somebody that I feel like is worth my dollars, I'm gonna pay for the fight. If Crawford fights somebody that I don't feel like that's worth my dollars, guess what? I ain't paying for it. And vice versa. I'm not a matchmaker. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a matchmaker. I'm gonna do a show about matchmaking managers and promoters. I did it before. I'm gonna have to do it again. Pull out all the receipts about matchmakers, managers, and promoters. I did it before. I'm gonna do it again. Shout out to let's see. Shout out to what's my main man name here? Shout out to the Rock Liggins. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, man, keep those commandments posted 24/7. Yeah, they're here. They're here. They're in the community tab, guys. The commandments are in the community tab. Shout out to Shaft for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shaft says, Bud will not get the EJ fight without a 4-fight deal with the PBC. You can't take Al's cash cow down and not become the new cow. You know what? You might make a valid point. I don't know if it'll be a 4-fight deal, but from a business standpoint, you would want to have a great fighter under a multi-fight deal. That's what they tried to do with Canelo. Do you notice when the Canelo and Caleb Plant fight was made, Shaft, when the Canelo and Caleb Plant fight was made, Caleb Plant said some things on Twitter and stuff like that, but that fight was made when Eddie Reynoso met with Al Heyman, and Eddie Reynoso negotiated that deal for Canelo Alvarez to get $40 million guaranteed. There's no fighter at the PBC ever in life got paid a $40 million guaranteed purse. Canelo Alvarez did that. You see what I'm saying? So, and they wanted to get Canelo under a multi-fight deal. That fight did not happen. Canelo walked away. Canelo said, no, we ain't doing no multi-fight. One fight deal, Puto, one fight deal. Winner takes all. If I lose, Caleb Plant become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. If I win, I become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. Caleb Plant's going to get $10 million, well, whatever y'all worked out with him, but $40 million guaranteed is coming to me. And he was the one that walked away with the bag. Canelo did that. Stuck him up and took the bag, right? So now, my whole thing is this. The commandments are here for a reason. I always ask people, listen, man, you got to study these commandments, though. If you come on here saying that, hey, well, this guy should take this, and if he fight that guy, he's not going to make this much amount of money and that much amount of money. You, sir, are in violation of one of the commandments. Thou shalt not be a fanager, because now you're trying to negotiate purse splits and all of this stuff there, and that's what I'm saying. Please study the commandments. It'll make everything clear to you. If you study these commandments, it'll make everything clear. Shout out to caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's Chris from Virginia.
Chris from Virginia. What's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
What's going on, Coach? I just want to give you a shout out, man. You're practically the only unbiased channel you can really find on YouTube, man. And I basically agree with everything you're saying. I've never seen the manager epidemic going on, people riding for PBC as if they get any pays from these cuts anyway. I just want to see the fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I could care less what the split is.
Right.
So, and it's funny, they talk about pay when it comes to that, but then they don't want to talk about what Gervonta just did, but if he was to do well, that's all you'd be hearing about. So they're real funny with that. But I just want to see the fight. I could care less about the split.
I'm like you. I just want to see the fight, man. But my thing is this here. If the fight doesn't happen, somebody, Crawford got to move on. Right now, to me, I'm just saying to me, it's like, dude, like, okay, you trying to fight this guy, and it's not happening. I got some people clowning you. Oh, he chasing Errol. He using Errol for clout. Okay, cool. Let's just walk away. Let Errol fight Boots. You fight Ortiz or whoever you're going to fight. It's not my, if it's something that I want to pay for, I'm going to pay for it. If it's something that I feel like a fight is not worth from any fighter, whether it's an Errol Spence or a Crawford. If I feel like, hey, this is a fight that's not pay-per-view worthy, I'm not going to pay for it. And that's it. But this back and forth
I feel like Bud did everything right, and it's funny that he's getting clowned for quote unquote chasing, but they love when people chase Canelo. They love when Demetrius chases Canelo, when when Charlo chases Canelo. So I think Bud did everything right. I just think the fight not gonna happen. I don't see that fight ever happening.
Yeah, me too.
And PBC doesn't want to cross promote. That's on PBC's side.
But this is the thing.
It ain't gonna happen.
But this is the thing. Crawford is a free agent.
Exactly.
He has a management team.
Losses.
He has a management team.
Right.
He has a really good management team. Kinahan that used to work for MTK Global, so he has a damn good management company he's with. So they will be the ones to negotiate with Al Heyman to work that out.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't think they really want to make the fight. That's just me. I don't think they want to lose the belt.
Okay, but no, hold on. But it's a possibility that Errol Spence, to be fair, it's a possibility that Errol Spence can beat Crawford and Crawford can lose his belt. But the only way we're going to know, they're going to have to fight each other.
Yeah, so I can't put a guy at number 1 or number 2 until I see the fight. Anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, they got to fight.
I do agree. Let the young guys get the fight. Yeah, that's probably the only way. That's the only fight we're really going to get anyway, I think.
Yeah, let the young guys pull up then. Okay, listen, let the young guys pull up and let the young guys run them niggas off the block. They don't fight each other. Okay, we gonna run y'all off the block. We gonna come to the trap and take over the trap if they can, and that's all I'm saying. But shout out to my brother Chris from Virginia, man. Shout out to Chris from Virginia.
Thank you, boss.
Yes, sir. Awesome. We got a call coming in from. Let's see, what a call coming in from. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Rick from San Antonio. What's up, Coach?
Rick from San Antonio. What the link read, fam?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, so 2 points. One, I know some people were complaining earlier about Terence Crawford fighting Josh Taylor, and overseas if he had to go that route, and him getting robbed, this, that, and the other.
Right.
What's to say he don't fight anybody from the PBC and get robbed? It's the same thing, like you were saying. As promoters, it's a dirty sport. It's corrupt. We know that.
Right.
So that door swings both ways on that point. So I'm going to X that right now. So the second point I wanted to talk about was Terence Crawford going to 154, because I know that's been some of the talk. Or Errol Spence going to 154 as well. If he does go to 154, Terence Crawford goes to 154, he's still going to have the same resistance.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's throw Errol Spence out of that. Let's say Errol Spence stays at 147. Fuck it. Terence Crawford goes to 154. Moves on. He's still up against the same elements. Who's Jermell Charlo under? He's under the same banner.
Yeah.
I don't know who Castaño's under. I don't know.
Castaño is a PBC fighter.
There you go. So, the same shit, man. The only other guy out there at 154 that would be a good fight I would want to see would be Tim Tszyu. He's up and coming.
Yeah, Tim Tszyu, bad boy.
I know he's still got a little bit of work to do. Don't get me wrong. What's up?
Now, say Tim Tszyu, a bad boy.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of his fights already. He's on the right path.
Yeah.
But so it's tough, man. It's tough, because the guy's doing everything he can to get this fight. And he's still going to be up against the same elements if he goes to 154.
Yeah.
So
he's going to go through the. Go ahead.
He's in a tough spot. But one of the things that, I was listening to, these guys saying that he goes against Taylor, he's going to get robbed. I mean, there's always a possibility for that. But to say it won't happen if he was to fight somebody on the PBC side, come on.
I mean, of course. I mean,
how many times has this shit happened in the sport?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the sport of boxing, this happens all the time. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I mean, because the reason why stuff like this happens, I'm explaining it to you. Like Don King, right? When he had a fighter by the name of Tim Witherspoon. So Tim Witherspoon and Don King was having some issues. When the promoter throws a fight, the promoter is responsible for paying the judges, from what I'm hearing. They take care of the referee. They put the money up for the entire event. So everyone that's inside that event is getting paid by the promoter. So now, let's say you have a fighter that's not with that particular promotional company, or he may be with that particular promotional company. And let's say the fighter may say the judges, it is what it is. Promoter may feel like, hey man, listen, man, we got to make sure that fighter A wins this fight no matter what. If he doesn't get knocked out, he has to win this fight. Or push come to shove, make it a draw, whatever the case may be. This does happen in the sport of boxing. I have receipts on this stuff happening. You know what I mean? Like really like documentation where fights were fixed and okay with this, this guy clearly won the fight. He landed more punches. He dropped the guy 2 times or whatever the case may be, and it ended up in a draw. So stuff like that does happen. But as a boxing fan, I can't sit here and figure out, put all these, concoct all these different conspiracies. Oh, well, if this happens, this is what's going to happen to him. I'm not Miss Cleo. I can't read the future. I don't know what's going to happen. What if he knocked the guy out? If he knocked the guy out, then what? So I think when you get into that realm of conspiratorial thinking, I think you're doing too much. I just want to keep it simple. I want to see the best guys fight the best guys. Are you guys going to fight? Yes or no? No. Okay, if you're not going to fight because this guy's hell-bent on this, his financial advisor don't say anything, you're not budging, okay, move on and fight the younger guys. That's all I'm saying. That's it. So, but listen,
that's right. That's it.
Shout out to Rick from San Antonio, man. I appreciate you calling in, my brother.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm staying true to the commandments. Shout out to Emmanuel. Shout out to Emmanuel, man. I'm staying true to the commandments. For dropping that $2, bam, super chat on your board.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I'm staying true to the commandments, guys. I'm staying true to the commandments. And I want you to see something right here. I said right here, I say these are the commandments that all of our subscribers must believe in order to be a subscriber of this channel. That's one, right? But number 16, thou shalt not violate any of the commandments under no circumstances. We are the only boxing community that has commandments. Shout out to the Queen Arlette who was here. I acknowledged her earlier. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 as well. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bell. Shout out to the Queen Lady Shan. Shout out to the Queens Kathy W. And any other Little Green Eyes P. And shout out to the Queen Anna Lee as well. That's all I'm saying. I am staying on code. You hear a lot of these dudes in the conscious community, they always talk about code. Brother, you violating the code. You violating the code. Yes, no. I'm on code. I am on this code right here. The 16 commandments of the boxing gods. This is the code that I'm on as it relates to the sport of boxing. Let me turn it back on. Sorry about that. This is the code that I'm on. This is the code that I'm on. And I am a stickler for this. Thou shalt not deride for a promotional company or promoter. We're not going to do that, right? Thou shalt not cap it for a particular fighter, promotional company or promoter. Thou shalt not be a fanager of any fighter. It's not my job to be negotiating Errol Spence's purse splits. Well, Errol did this, and Errol fought Chuck E. Cheese, and then he fought Ronald McDonald, and he got 2 belts, and Bud ain't fought nobody, and he was with Bob Arum, and he was on the wrong side of the street, and he got to be realistic, and he can't sell this, and even though they did sell out, he sold out his last venue when he fought. They sold out the Las Vegas arena when he fought Sean Porter. But he got to do better pay-per-view numbers. He got to do this. See, I think once you get into the realm of that, now you're leaving fandom, and now you're becoming a fanager, and you're trying to break down shit that you ain't got no business breaking down. That's up to Al Heyman and them. So if you're new to the channel, please look at the caller. Hold on for a minute. If you're new to the channel, go to the community tab right here. Look under this avatar right here where it says Big Fish Kill a Man Down with Terence Crawford and Sean Porter down. Look this up, guys, and go right here and look at the commandments. Because some of you callers calling in, you are in violation of the commandments. You know, you're in violation. So you might not know that, right? So I just want to let you know. Shout out to Shaft. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shaft said to address the last caller statements on the WBO rules will make Crawford Charlo mandatory, just like they did Horn. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Dash Oliver, man, calling from Connecticut.
You say Josh Oliver?
Dash Oliver.
Okay, I'm just gonna call you Oliver. Oliver, what's going on? You calling from Connecticut? What the lick read?
Man, I'm just calling to let you know, man. I just came across your channel.
Yes, sir.
I like this channel. You know what I'm saying? You keep it real, unbiased. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. I appreciate that. So what I want to ask you a question. What do you think about if this fight cannot materialize or happen with Crawford and Spence? Do you feel like both of these men should just like move on and fight whoever they're gonna fight? And if they get together later on down the line, they can do that. But sitting around waiting on each other or whoever or what side of the street or who should take what split, you know, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Crawford should move on. Stop chasing this guy and let him fight who he's going to fight. You fight who you're going to fight, and maybe they can visit it some other time. But right now, I just don't see it happening, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I pretty much agree with you. And anyway, like Crawford a living legend anyway. Spence on his way to being a legend. They both good fighters. If they can't get the deal done right now, then shit, fuck it, move on. It'll materialize if they really both want it.
Right, because Virgil Ortiz is up next. And as a matter of fact, Virgil Ortiz is the #1 in the WBO. So what's going to end up happening? And Bruce Ennis is going to be #1 in the IBF. What's going to end up happening is they're going to have to fight these two young guns. And Virgil Ortiz is nothing to play with. And Bruce Ennis is nothing to play with. So if y'all don't want to fight each other, eventually, because Virgil Ortiz and Bruce Ennis is the future of the welterweight division. Period. In my opinion.
Yeah, and they definitely got a big chance to knock either one of the two of them off.
Yeah, damn so do. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, man. Hey, shout out, hey, Oliver, shout out to you, fam. Shout out to my brother for calling from Connecticut. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
Yes, sir. That's where I'm at with it, guys. That's where I'm at with it. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So that's all I'm saying, guys. That's where I'm at with it. Shout out with the sleep. What you say, family? Say Bud far too good for big fish, and he knows it. Well, you know, I may feel that way, and you may feel that way. I may feel that Bud, you know, I may feel that Crawford would beat Errol Spence. Crawford is my favorite fighter. I may feel that way, but it's just a feeling. People who are fans of Errol Spence may feel that Errol Spence will beat Crawford. You know, and there's nothing wrong with feeling that way, but it's just a feeling. The only problem is the only way we are going to know if Crawford is going to beat Spence or if Spence is going to beat Crawford, they're going to have to get in the ring and fight each other. See, boxing doesn't work that way. I can't sit here and imagine and play and pretend, and I can break it down as many ways as I want to break it down. But guess what? It don't mean shit. The only way we are going to officially know if Spence will beat Crawford or if Crawford would beat Spence, they will have to get in the ring and fight each other. That's all I'm saying. If they don't do that, guess what? This is hypotheticals, possibilities, I believe, but the belief is not based on no facts as it relates to now you can hold on, I'll take that back. You can make an argument for you know, skill sets, this and that, yada yada yada, but it's all when you're a fan of a fighter, and especially if you're a fanboy of a fighter, it's all subjective to what you feel. It's all subjective to what you feel based on your emotional attachment to your fighter. But the only way we're gonna know, they got to fight each other. That's my whole thing. Shout out to Christy. She says he just posted him training, but he's apparently not a social media junkie like everyone else. So let's say he's weak. Yeah, I don't know what y'all got going on over here, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, like, you know, all this other shit. And this is what's going on. This is what's going on. So anyways, if you're new to the channel, man, please check out these commandments. We are the only boxing YouTube channel in the community tab that has 16 commandments from the holy book of the boxing gods. Learn these commandments because I don't want you calling in being in violation of any of these commandments. We don't want no fanagers, promoters, you know. Listen, thou shalt not threaten people on YouTube. If they disagree with you, we're not going to do that. You know, thou shalt not speak of the back end money. You know, thou shalt not, what else we got? You know, where's the pocket watch? Where's the pocket watching? There's a whole lot of pocket watching going on too. Whole lot of pocket watching. What I said? What commandment that is? Let's see. Let's see. What command? Where the pocket watching at? Oh, here you go. That's commandment number 7. Thou shalt not pocket watcheth a fighter's money. When you going to telling me, well, shoot, man, well, what's the name made? Such and such, such and such. And you know, and he ain't gonna make that kind of money fighting nobody else. And see, right now you're pocket watching that. Now you're talking about what this guy made, and there's nothing wrong with talking about what the guy made. But then when you go to talking about, well, this guy, he's not gonna make this, and this is why he should take this guy, and that guy, they're gonna make $35, $40 million on the back end. And I'm like, bro, like, where is this shit coming from? Like they have, listen, in boxing, when they put these fights together, right? I'm finna give you guys a little secret. When they put these fights together, guys, they have people that's in place that gives projections. Okay, you know what? If this fighter fight this fighter, what are your analysis when you do a deep dive as it relates to how much it's going to cost to make this fight happen, how much the fighters want, what venue we want to go to, or what can we expect to see a return on our profit? How many pay-per-views do you think we're going to buy? You know, that people are going to buy? How are we going to promote it? What about site fees? What about the merchandise? How are we going to market this fight in order to generate the kind of money that we want to make? They have people who do that with these promotional companies. That's not my job. That's not your job. We are fans in the sport of boxing. I don't know how much the fight would generate. If I tell you that, I will be lying. I don't know how much the fight would generate. But I'm not going to pull some shit. I'm not going to pull some numbers out my ass and say, oh, well, you know, man, well, this going to do 30, 40 million. And, well, this fighter should. I mean, come on, man. I can't. I mean, I just can't. I'm just saying for me. So you in violation, man. Study these commandments, man. So we're the only box community that had to study these commandments. If you study the commandments, you will not get caught in violation. All I know is one guy's a free agent like Canelo Alvarez. He has options. One guy's a free agent like Canelo Alvarez. Another guy is locked in with a management company, promotional company, whatever you want to call PBC. De facto promoter, Al Heyman, de facto promoter, manager, financial advisor, whatever you want to call it. Nothing moves without Al Heyman. Period. There's not a PBC fighter can say whatever the hell he want to say on Twitter. He can say whatever he want to say to your favorite YouTube channel. It doesn't mean shit. Al Heyman is the one. The buck starts with Al Heyman. The buck stops with Al Heyman. Fighters at the PBC, they do what the fuck they are told. And they have NDAs that I'm hearing that they signed that they cannot come out and speak ill against Al Heyman at all. So there are a bunch of fighters at the PBC. They do not get fights. They fight once every 18 months. So they're not making any money. Contrary to popular belief, the PBC, everybody's not living in mansions and driving Rolls Royces. That's not true. That's only for a couple of fighters. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Caller, what's your name?
Hello?
Where you calling from, my brother?
It's Derek from Florida, coach.
Derek from Florida. What the link read, baby? What you want to talk about?
Hey, man. Now, I love your show, man. Keep up the good work. I got a question. Like all these pay-per-view fights, man, like, you could put pressure on these fighters not paying it because there's too many pay-per-views, man. Like, we not paying it, that gonna put pressure on them to make the big fight.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, right now, we putting our foots on their neck. Like, listen, I don't care who the fight is. It could be Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
It could be Josh Taylor. It could be Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. It doesn't matter to me. If we're not getting the fights that we want as fans, we should boycott pay-per-view and continue to stream like you've been doing. Damn that. If they ain't gonna give us the fights we want, if they're not gonna give us the fights we want, you know my motto: if the masses don't benefit, the classes don't count. I represent the people. Us as fight fans, we want what we want. We want the best fight and the best fighters. If these fighters not gonna fight each other, move the hell on, and just move the hell on. Let's keep going. Keep it moving.
And you know I like to see too? I like to see, man, Tank versus Haney. I think them boys should fight each other too. Tank and Haney.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that'd be a good fight too.
Yeah, man, so yeah, man, it is what it is, man. All
right, Coach.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. But shout out to my main man, Derek, man. Shout out to Derek for calling in, man, for Florida. Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap the show up. Let me go ahead and give everybody a shout out. Let's give everybody a round of applause. I want to leave you guys with this. Us fight fans, we run the block now. We're going to send a message out to all of the promoters out there. If you're going to put a fight on pay-per-view, if you're not going to give us the fights that we want, you're not going to get our money. If we don't get the fights that we want, you're not going to get our money. I got one more call. I'll take one more call. Crawford, stop chasing Errol Spence. Move on. And it is what it is. If y'all can't make the fight happen, y'all need to move on. It is what it is. The hell with it. Shout out to hold on, sorry about that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey man, this is Jamar Fowler calling from Detroit.
Jamar Fowler, calling from Detroit. What the link read? What you want to talk about?
All right, man, real quick. I was listening to you earlier and I had a little lapse in time, but I just want to tell you this, man. You are 100% right. It's a sad day in boxing when you get all these people not talking about who the best fighter. They talk about purse splits and shit. It's almost like when I go to the strip club. Right. I don't care strippers to come tell me about who making the most money and who not. I want to see you dance. Fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I blame all of this on Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd Mayweather laid the blueprint, and it was great for him individually, but it was bad for the sport of boxing. And that's what everybody's doing. And the best example is Anthony Joshua. You remember when Floyd Mayweather went over there to the UK and he was giving them advice? He should make sure he leverages his A-side against Wilder, and how Wilder, a dude from the United States, should come over there to fight him, and he should get this less money. They put up this $50 million. Joshua offered, said he wanted $50 million. They said, okay. Then he backed out. He did all this little punk stuff, and the best thing about Mayweather, he don't take nobody lightly, so he'll never lose. You got these dudes trying to do the same shit. They're going to take an L before they get the money. And I hope that happens to Errol. I hope Errol has to fight Boots, and I hope Boots beat the dog shit out of him for playing around all of these years with all of our emotions. I'm tired of this boxing shit. Great channel, my man.
All right, thank you so much, my brother, man. Shout out to my main man. Shout out to James. Shout out to Jamar Fowler, man. Shout out to Jamar Fowler, man, calling from Detroit in the building, man. Detroit in the building, man. So listen, my whole thing is this, guys. I want to tell you guys something, right? Pay-per-view is basically promoters saying that, hey, we're going to put a product out there and we're depending on the paying public to put the money up for the fight. This is how money is created out of thin air. So now we're going to put a fight. Let's say we're going to match Crawford up with the fighter that don't nobody want him to see. Okay, they put him up with a fighter that don't nobody want him to see. His pay-per-view numbers are going to be low as hell. Nobody's going to pay to see that shit. You see what I'm saying? If they put Errol Spence in there with a fighter that no one wants to see, guess what? His pay-per-view numbers are going to be low as hell, contrary to popular belief. How do I know? Because Aesop Pitbull Cruz versus Tank Davis, that shit flopped. That shit did anywhere between 50,000 to 100,000 pay-per-view buys. That shit flopped. The fans have spoken. They said, no, we're not buying that shit. You're not going to shit on a plate and tell me it's meatloaf. We're not going to do that, right? So now, they're depending on us to pay these fighters salaries. No one is going to pay King Kong Ortiz to fight Charles Martin. Good luck on that, Al Heyman. Good luck on that with that pay-per-view. Good luck on that, Steven Espinosa with that pay-per-view over there, if it's on Showtime, or good luck on that Fox if it's on Fox. I think it's on Fox. No one is going to pay to see Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios. Good luck with that. I'm saying a goddamn boycott. This shit been going on for almost 4 years. Crawford and Spence, Crawford and Spence, Crawford and Spence. Wrong side of the street, wrong promotion of the company. Never should have re-signed with this guy. Never should have did the butterfly. Never should have did the Tusa roll. Never should have did the one leg up. Oh, you need to do this. You need to get a belt. You ain't fought nobody. All this shit I've been hearing for damn near 4 years. This shit ain't happening. Move the fuck on. Goalposts keep getting moved. The goalposts keep getting moved. So guess what? Al Heyman, if he want to make that fight, he'll make that fight happen. Other than that, Terence Crawford, you need to move the fuck on. If you're listening to this, Crawford, or if your sisters listen to this, Letitia Crawford, I like her. I like Letitia a lot. She talk a lot of shit, kind of like myself. Listen, let him know, listen, move the fuck on. Do what's best for you at the end of the day. You're a three-division world champion. You've been a champion for almost 8 years. You're 39-0 with 29 knockouts. And you are a boxing free agent. Sugar Ray Leonard was a boxing free agent. Let's see. Hearns was a boxing free agent. Mike Tyson was a boxing free agent prior to getting with Don King. Canelo Alvarez currently is a boxing free agent, and Canelo is the cash cow of the sport of boxing, period. Him and Anthony Joshua. I'll break down what a cash cow means in a minute. If you can sell out football stadiums and do 800,000 pay-per-view buys, I would say that makes you a cash cow. And if you're doing 100,000, 200,000 pay-per-view buys, you ain't no cash cow. Might be profitable for the business, especially if they're paying you low guarantee money, but cash cow, no. But it's fine. But that's all I care about, guys. This shit been going on for almost 4 years, and I'm tired of it. And I'm just being honest with you. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to see Ortiz and Boots Ennis get their shots at the title. I'm ready to see Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis get their shot at the title. Whether they fighting, I want to see Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz fight Crawford and Errol Spence. That's what I want. Do you want to know why I want that? Because I love the sport of boxing more than I love an individual fighter. Let them fight the young guns. I'm fine with that. Let them fight the young guns. I don't believe in protecting no fighters over here. We don't believe in putting no fighters in no protective custody over here. I like Crawford, my favorite fighter. Guess what? His ass, I want to see his ass in the ring with Virgil Ortiz in Texas or wherever they fight at. You won't see me capping, well, see, Virgil ain't ready yet. And Virgil, he need to get some more experience. And Virgil ain't really fought nobody. He ain't got no good resume. I don't do that fanboy shit over here. No, Virgil is ready. Virgil has a good resume. And Virgil can potentially knock out Terence Crawford. I don't want to hear nothing. Well, man, Boots, everybody hyping Boots up. Boots ain't all that. He ain't fought nobody. And he ain't ready for Errol. And Errol said he'll put him down and all that stuff there. No. Boots is ready. He's ready for Errol. He wants that smoke. Well, let's make that fight happen. That's where I'm at. We ain't protecting no fighters. My favorite fighter or your favorite fighter should not receive any protection over here. We don't believe in doing that. That's a violation of the commandments. We don't put fighters in protective custody. I don't believe in putting fighters in protective custody. Now, I do know that the PBC, they currently do have their fighters on the PBC Witness Protection Program. We know that it's real over there. But I don't believe in that. I believe in the best fighters fighting the best fighters. Excuse me, guys. That's it. If you ain't talking, if you call in tomorrow and you talking about purse splits, this guy should be the A side. That guy, Floyd Mayweather started that A side, B side shit. That's where that came from. This guy should be the A side. This guy better know how to do the hopscotch. This guy better know how to do the electric slide. My guy, my fighter, he hang out with famous rappers. My fighter got more ice than your fighter. Man, shoot, my fighter got mansions in Texas and mansions in Nebraska. And my fighter riding private jets and stuff. If you call here talking about that shit, that I don't want to hear that. You are in violation of probably 4 or 5 or 6 of the commandments of the holy book of the boxing gods. As a fan, only thing I want to hear is, you know what? I want to see you fight this guy. This has been going on for almost 4 years. I want you guys to understand this. 4 years this shit has almost been going on. Guess what? Still no fight. Look at Shell. Shell say, Coach Wills, you're a hater. Hate no Crawford. Hate no Errol. Listen, still no fight. This been going on for almost 4 years. We still ain't got no fight. And I'm tired. Lord, I'm tired. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Lord, I'm tired. I'm just tired, dog. I'm tired. I'm tired, dog. I'm tired. Almost 4 years, and it's the same shit. There's no promoter. There's no other side of the street. There's no ESPN, and we still can't get the fight. There's no, you ain't fought nobody. Okay, we fought Sean Porter. There's none of that. Still can't get the fight. So, I'm tired, dog. I'm tired. Just letting you know. Other than that, that's it, man. It's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, and we're going to give everybody a shout-out, man. Let's do this OJ Jew-Man style. You know how we do it. I got to give a shout-out to the women first. Got to give a shout-out. Got to give a shout-out. Damn, what the hell happened to my camera? Got to give a shout-out to the women first. Sorry about that. Shout out to the Queen Karma Serene. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to the Queen Arlette. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Shout out to the Queen Lady Shan. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to my brother Diverse Conscious. Shout out to let's see, there's some more sisters in here. Let's give a shout out to the sisters. Shout out to the Queen Christy Trotter. Let's see. I like to give a shout out to the women first, guys. The women get priority over here. We respect the women and children. Another thing, guys, the only way you'll get blocked over here unless you're saying some racist stuff or unless you're attacking women and children. The women and children are off limits. You can call me and say what you want to say about me. I'll sit back and listen to you. You know what I mean? I talk a whole lot of shit, so I understand. Let's see. Any other women I might be forgetting? Shout out to Anna Lee. I think Anna Lee was in here as well. Shout out to JDL Boxing. Shout out to DC Nardo. Shout out to Bonton South D-Town. Shout out to my brother Hector Garcia. Shout out to Wendell Jackson. Shout out to GM Strong. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to 150 Dream Team. Shout out to Jerome Benjamin. Shout out to my brother Ron Boy Fresh in the building. DC in the house. Shout out to Peter Von Arts. Shout out to Jorge. Boston and Jorge. Shout out to Michael. What's going on? Shout out to Jerry E. Shout out to Pounds. Shout out to Kush the Greatest. Shout out to Bruce Goals in the building. Shout out to John B. Poetic. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Peter Von Arts. Shout out to well, I can't pronounce your name. Goranga? Shout out to Goranga. Shout out to Shelby Jackson. Shout out to who else we have in the building? Just chilling, man. What's going on, fam? Shout out, man. To this day. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kush the Greatest. To this day. Yeah, really though. Shout out to the Queen, Nick Rich, the Queen. Shout out to Joe Hart. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man. Shout out to my brother Halim, man, from the UK with the AK. Shout out to the Queen. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. Shout out to Jams in the building. Shout out to Paul Evans and shout out to Ava. Shout out to Eddie Val in the building. Shout out to Just Chilling. What's happening, man? Shout out to Slim Reaper. What's going on, fam? Shout out to let's see what JoJo in the building. Are you JoJo from Jodeci? Shout out to who else we have? Shout out to the Cap. We're just gonna say Cap. I don't know how to pronounce the last part of the name. Shout out to my brother, my big brother from LA, man. I think you from South Central Shelton or Compton. Where you from? I said you from South Central or Compton. Shout out to my brother Shelton from LA. Shout out to Shelby Jackson. Shout out to Derek Curry. Shout out to who else we have in the building. I'm gonna read off everybody who called in as well. Shout out to Eddie Val. Shout out to Javon Soto. Shout out to Reese Mack in the building. DC Nardo with the lick read, baby. South Paul Killer in the house. Shout out to Anton Young. Shout out to Loco. 323, what's happening, man? Shout out to who else we have in the building? Open Door, what's happening, bro? Shout out to who else we have, man? Shout out to let's see. Dang. Okay, George H, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Dash Oliver. Oh, Dash Oliver, that's who that was. Dash Oliver. That's who called. I couldn't hear the name, man. Oliver. Dash Oliver. Shout out to Dash Oliver. Shout out to Vice. Shout out to the one Mr. Ham. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. What the lick read? Peter Von Arts. Shout out to who else we have in the building? Shout out to Wendell Jackson. Shout out to GM Strong. Shout out to Mr. Bison. Alabama. We say Alabama or Tuscaloosa, Alabama. What's up, fam? Shout out to, let's see. Dash Oliver from Connecticut. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to who else we have in the building. Danny Lothar, what the lick read? Shout out to Zoe Life 813. Shout out to Anthony Young, Puro Sul Central. Shout out to who else we have in the building, man? Marcus King. Shout out to, I think I got everybody at the bottom. Let's see. It's a lot of people I probably missed at the top because there's a million names here. Shout out to Pete. Shout out to Pound for Pound. Pound for Pound, I am the champ. Shout out to Zabaden. Shout out to True Talk with Anthony Evans. Shout out to Trevon Hall. Cesar Rojas. Shout out to JDL Boxing. Shout out to Daleks. Shout out to Yuli X Games. Shout out to my main man, Huggy Bear, Diallo Huggy that showed up. And let's see, Jerry E. And I think that's it for now. Let me get to everyone who called in. Let's give everyone who called in a shout out as well. Shout out to TJ Hall. What's going on, TJ Hall? Shout out to Adrian. What's going on, man? It say born in South Central, live in Compton. Oh, okay. Compton's in the house. South Central, man. Hey, but them LA dudes crazy, bro. Hey, I had some teenagers roll up on me, but I lived out there, boy. Throwing up gang signs and everything. I thought I was going to get smoked in the alley. I was in the alley too. You know what I mean? Really though, boy. That was on about 20 years ago. Let's see. Jerome Benjamin said, Coach, you forgot the haters. Oh, yeah. Shout out to all of my haters and my detractors. I'll be here tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You will be able to call in 530-494-9636. Tomorrow, today we're not accepting any more calls, but let's end it on a good note. Shout out to my main man, Al from Philly that called in. Shout out to DT3 from Cali in the house. Shout out to the Big Zen from South Florida. Shout out to Alex from Dallas, Texas that called in. Shout out to my main man, Ron Boy Fresh. What's up, Slim? From DC. Shout out to Best of the Best from B More. Shout out to Major Key Boxing from Orlando. Shout out to Cassidy from London. Shout out to my brother, some brother from Brooklyn. I didn't get your name. Shout out to you though, fam. Shout out to Fernando Bronx. Shout out to Kyron from Philly. Kyron from Philly. Yes, sir, brother. Make sure you go to the community tab, my brother Kyron, and look at the 16 commandments from the Holy Book of the Boxing Gods, and that'll give you a better understanding of what we're about. I know you're new to the channel, brother. You didn't know the rules of engagement, but study those, and it'll give you a better understanding for the next time you call in, my brother. Shout out to Chris from Virginia. Shout out to Rick from San Antonio. Shout out to my main man. I just said his name, from Connecticut. Dash Oliver from Connecticut. Shout out to Derek from Florida, and shout out to Jamar Fowler from Detroit. Other than that, that's it. That's my boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out for New Meaning Today USA Boxing. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's 8 o'clock in the UK. Also, we're gonna have a special guest come on Monday. We're gonna have Rick. What's my main man name? Rick Glazer. Rick Glazer is coming on the show Monday. That's been confirmed, and that's been confirmed. He will be here Monday. He's calling in on the show, and we're going to talk about these pay-per-view numbers and how pay-per-view really works and how you're able to tabulate pay-per-view numbers and stuff like that when the people who, when the official record has not been put out. We're going to get behind the curtains and find out what the lick is, what's going on. Find out as much information as we possibly can. Other than that, shout out to Teach. Other than that, that's it. It's my boy Coach Malachi Williams. Bruce Goals in the building. Signing out. New Media Today USA Boxing. I'm gonna holler at you guys, man. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Don't forget to cop the merchandise. New Media Today USA.store. New Media Today USA Boxing.store. Other than that, that's it. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.